What's going on, everybody? We go here live here on our Stand on the podcast, man. So we back at it again, man. We got two familiar faces back on here. We got Miss Kayla back on the show here, and we got Legend back on the show, man. How y'all doing today?
Good, good.
Okay. So
Okay.
Oh,
you good? All right. So we'll check this out. I brought y'all onto the show, man, because I had a topic today, and I kind of wanted to know, is the dating market dead nowadays, man? Do you think dating is important? And if not, why do you think dating is so hard in 2025?
Mm.
What's your opinion, Kayla?
oh, me first? Okay. So dating is important. Um, I just don't know how long, like how many dates you have to go on to realize like certain things about people. But dating is important to get to know somebody. Oh, hey, Steph. Dating is
Hi.
important to get to know a person. And I feel like you should definitely take more time to get to know someone before. I think it's like a lust thing. Lust takes over emotions, right? You have to get past that lust phase to really know who you're dealing with. Did you just roll your eyes, Freddie? I could have sworn that was an eye roll. Did you see that, or was it just me?
That's just
He
I,
you.
always
I'm
does
working
that.
right now.
I missed that.
Yeah, see,
He's
I'm
probably
working
annoyed. He's like,
right
this freaking girl.
Don't roll your eyes, because
now. So we got Stephanie tuning in now. Hey Stephanie, so we just posed a question here. Do you think dating is dead now in 2025? Do you think
Yes.
more people are starting to kind of go away from dating versus courting women
I don't know what they're doing,
and
but I just think, I mean, I hope people ain't dating like how it is, like if you go out on dates, because it ain't it. So it's very strange because you have like, how we were talking about like who's going to pay for what? You have like this tug of war of that. And then you have two other people that are out on a date, but they're both on their phones. So it's just all people don't put effort. It's just all jacked up. I think there's like a struggle for the feminine versus masculine because dudes feel like, women are like in their independent, phase. And the dudes take offense to that because they're like, how the fuck did you guys, you know what I mean? Like, so they try to like overdo it and be too like masculine and it ain't it, you know? And
Mhm.
Reno's small. So in this town, everybody gets with everybody. It's so ratchet.
Hey, we need to do a
It
show on
really
that
is.
just by itself.
Yeah, for
Yep.
real.
Yeah, it's bad. I got a friend. I'm not gonna. I got a friend, and I'm not knocking her. Y'all can do whatever you want. But when you in a place and you got like six dudes that you dated, like that's like a no go. That's just like, how do you do that?
Can't do
I
it.
think it's embarrassing. I'd be telling her, but she don't listen to me.
Hmm.
So it's that bad. It's literally, and I think in Washoe County, there's a bunch of like an increase in. I was reading something about an increase in like syphilis and HIV. So I
Yikes.
don't know. I haven't looked into it, but I did read that like 2 weeks ago.
So you think it's
So
big out there in Reno? The syphilis, chlamydia, and all that just running around?
it's
well, they never
everywhere. I
write
work
about
in
it, so it must
pharmacy,
be
so I
something.
know.
Something. I don't know. They wrote about it, so that's why I mean, that's really ain't nothing to be playing with. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I think the dudes just want to be. Dudes feel some type of way, like about all the stuff we've been talking about. Like some dudes feel like girls are feeling like they're taking over their spot, and they feel disrespected. Then we have there's just no respect on both ways, and there's no
So,
effort or integrity, and it's just really strange. Like it's
Mm.
odd because they don't go with the flow. It's not
mm.
like you just go out and you just go with the flow. Like it's hell, they just make it hella weird, and it's just like pointless to even date. You
So
better
there's a
all kick it
guy.
through the garbage.
That's it. So if a guy was to approach you guys and wanted to date you, I mean, does he got to do the most? He got to have everything planned. Does he got to spend the most amount of money to take y'all out?
No,
The best restaurants, you
no.
know. Could a first date? Could it look like Chipotle? I mean, Starbucks in the morning, Chipotle for lunch. Like, You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Can
Yeah.
we keep it under
Like literally, because
$20?
I feel like you can't put a price on memories. So again, I feel like every interaction is like an opportunity for growth. So regardless, right? It's about building memories and just laughing. Because laughing, I feel like kills you. You know what I mean? Laughing heals you. And anybody that has gone out with me, they will tell you will laugh all night, like from the time we go out. And that's just how it should be. Just having a good ass time, you know?
Larry, what's your ideal on this about the whole dating market now?
What I feel about it is like I think as times change, people change. You know what I'm saying? And like we live in an era where it's so convenient and there's so much more shit going on and there's a lot of distractions and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people are just like in my era, you had social skills. You couldn't just get online and get behind the keyboard and hide behind the keyboard and start dating and just saying random shit to people and getting them to like you and catfishing and all that shit like that. Whether it's the way you look or your actual personality. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so much shit going on right now that people are not really interested in like serious dating. You know what I'm saying? You got dating like going out on a date, then you got serious dating where you trying to make something out of this shit. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like stuff was saying, it's like I feel like it's not just like women got a lot of shit going on. Niggas got other shit going on too. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got everybody got a lot of shit going on, and like a lot of people are just too busy for serious dating and taking that shit serious. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I feel like that's a lot to do with it. But like when I say like there's so much shit going on, and like people are so busy, it's like you said, Steph. When people um you see people they out at dinner and they on their cell phones. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, I'm like, I see a whole family at a table and everybody on their cell phones. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers here 12
Yeah.
deep. And they no two people talking to
Everybody's
each
on
other
the phone.
because there's so much other things going on.
Yeah.
There's social media. There's you contacting your friends where we didn't have access to our friends. We
Yeah.
didn't have access to a lot of shit before. Whereas now it's like, what else is going on besides what I'm doing right now? You know what I'm saying? And maybe, and like I said, times change, people change. People today ain't like people from my era.
Yeah.
People today is just fucking weird. Like I think women that be like, "Yo, men ain't shit today," will probably wouldn't have that much of a hard time finding dudes back in my
Yeah.
era because you
Yeah.
actually had to have social skills and being out there and being in people's faces and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't shit was just wasn't convenient. It's like I go out with my homie, right? I ain't gonna say the homie name, but I go out with my homie and shit, and I would say about a good 70, no, I'm lying, about a good 80% of the time, this nigga's on his phone.
Yeah.
And it's just
It's like
him and
stay
me.
home for that. You know what I
Yeah, I'm
mean?
like, why the fuck why we out here for drinks and you on your phone 90% of the fucking time, nigga? Like you ain't got no social skills. You ask me a question, and then as soon as you done asking me the question, you on your phone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Do you
saying? And
think
then the only
I
time
think
you really
maybe
listening is
technology
when
plays
you
a role
done
in all
putting your
this?
phone, when you done and you put your phone down. So I see the same thing with people I was out dating or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And everybody's just into whatever else is happening besides fucking dating. But I think it's important because how else you gonna get to know anybody? How else you gonna get to know this person if you really want to get to know who this person is, who you fucking with, and you want to take it to another
What
level. So
well
it's
that's the
definitely
thing
important.
though, the social media is playing a part in this
Hmm.
whole dating deal. Like you said, back in the day, growing up, man, you had to approach women, and
Hmm.
that's why a lot of men used to be proud if they was able to get a woman, and they be like, "Oh boy, that boy got some game about him," because you knew what to
Facts.
say, you knew how to approach her, and every woman is different, so you can't use the same line on every woman. So that's how you knew you was really gamed up. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Nowadays, it's easy to approach a woman, jump in her inbox. You don't worry about getting rejected because if she don't respond back or whatever she say is on to the next. You know what I mean? This is a
Yeah.
computer. It's a cell phone. You can copy and paste if you really wanted to. You know what I
Facts.
mean? And I can hit up
Hey,
a
nigga,
hundred. Somebody don't bite. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
but then the other cold part about it, or on the reverse side of it is with the dating, a lot of guys don't want to date. And I do want y'all opinion on this is when you're dating someone, are you guys dating multiple people at once, or like when you're meeting someone and you're actually going out on dates, or are you focusing on that one person to get to know that person to get them that fair shot? You know what I mean? And really putting in that time and effort to get to know each other. Because I feel like if you're dating somebody, you can't date them and you got a whole nother roster of people I'm with you Monday, I'm with her Tuesday, and so forth. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because I'm
yeah,
not giving you my all. Not only
yeah,
that, I can't remember everybody's story. Oh yeah, you told me you was off Tuesday. I might get you mixed up with somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that plays a part. So
yeah,
Well, let me ask you this. I'm going to tell you my personal life. I don't really share. So I haven't dated hella people. Like I just know like that couple of people that I've been with, and that's it. But then I was thinking about this the other day, and it's like, how do you know if it's the one if you don't if you never experienced nobody else? Like you never dated anybody else. Like how do you know? How do you really know it's if that's the one, right? So, and I get what you're saying, but I think when we are overthinking stuff, like we're putting too much of, we intend to go find somebody, you know what I mean? Normally when you're looking for it, I feel like you end up with the shit end. But I think if you go, like for me, I literally go with the flow. I don't, even if somebody tries to talk to me, I just like keep it pushing and mind my business, you know? And occasionally they'll be like, hey, can I get your number? And I'm like, no, but I can, you can give me yours. Like, you know what I mean? And even if we go out, it's like we go out like friends, and I just go with the flow. You know what I mean? And if I feel, you could just tell when you vibe with people. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You just know if you click, you're just gonna click. But I think it's different when you enjoy being around somebody. Like if I'm around you and like you make me laugh and I feel happy, and it's like everything else goes away, right? Like
Yeah.
that's that's a vibe, right? So I don't know if I necessarily I do. It's like I'm torn because what Freddie said, it's like you can't have a whole roster of people that you're dating, right? Because then you ain't really giving your full attention to the one
That's true,
person.
but it's true.
But I mean, how do you know if it's the one? If you know what I'm saying?
I think if you focus on this one person, just I mean, give it at least give it a fair a fair amount of time to say,
Yeah.
hey, I really did get this person a chance to get to know him and figure him out. Then you'll know if he the one or not, or just somebody you vibe and rock with. Um, but then if he's not disrespecting you, if he cool and he check out a couple of boxes, he'll need to check off every box. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But just give him a fair opportunity. Same thing that go for women. You know what I mean? Like I think
Yeah.
we all been there, even as men. Like we got this idea in our head, and then we meet a woman, and we might go in looking for something wrong just to kind of cut you off. So, and I can admit, I done that before, and I probably
You
done.
got to do that. You got to play that. It's not you,
But
it's me card.
yeah,
So then you take the
I
responsibility. No, but literally, I just feel like literally because I feel like when you're like literally like if you're out, dudes are too weird. Like they don't even know. Like they're not even. They can't even like we're talking like this is normal. It's just we let it flow. They can't even do that, and I'm not even playing with you. Like so, it's weird. That's weird. You know what I mean? And then maybe they're nervous and they make it more weird and they overthink it. And I'm like, dude, chill out. We're just having like a drink. And just they're just weird. They're
because
fucking
some
weird.
people,
Or
some guys can be more relaxed with a woman when they're just on some friend level. Once they
yeah,
cross that line, I mean, they get nervous sometimes because it ain't friends no more. Because when you just friends, you don't give a damn. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I don't care. But then you like her, y'all talking, whatever. Now you in this mode of trying to impress her. So
yeah.
I think that might put pressure on men too.
What about if you go on a date and like let's say because you guys are dudes, like if a dude is too tries to act like they're leading, like overdoing it, roadkill on the like masculinity, like here I'm running the show, I'm fucking airhead, my ego's big, like you know what I'm saying? That's
What you
that's
mean like
literally
leading the
you did the
show?
two.
What do you
Huh?
mean like leading the show?
Like you know how some dudes try to act like they're the hot shit. They're running the show. Like if you go into a place, they are very firm. I need this. Like they're over just do it. Like chill the fuck out. We just need a table or whatever. Like you know what I mean? They just try to be like macho. Like
Yeah.
I'm running the show. Like bitch. Like you look stupid. Just shut the fuck up.
I think those are the dudes that's trying to be something that they not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I'm with a when if I'm with a female man, I could sell myself better than I could
Mhm.
sell something else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I always use this metaphorically speaking. It's like if my life was a movie, I could play the part of L
Yeah.
better than I could play the part of whoever the fuck you want me to be. You know what I'm saying? Or what I think you want me to be. So I gotta
Mhm.
be myself. You know what I'm saying? And the
Yeah.
niggas that you talking about, they trying to do too they the ones that's doing too much. I'm never
Yeah.
trying to impress. I feel like I could do a better job impressing a woman just being myself and letting them see who I am and what I'm about. Because a lot of shit that I've heard women say on this show, I'm like, well, that's me anyway, and that shit come natural. You see what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
don't gotta put no fucking effort into it. Like some dudes, that's not who they really are. So that's why they put that extra effort into it and taking charge and taking lead. Like I don't have to think about it if I'm going to open the door for a woman before we walk inside of a building or
Yeah.
before we get inside my whip or some shit like that. Or shit like that just come naturally. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There's just certain things that's if it's in you, it's in you, and if it's not, that ain't true. And
Yeah.
maybe you also got to look at it like this. If you like you up in Reno, right? To me,
Yeah.
Vegas is an oversized town. It's not a real city. You know what I'm
I like
saying?
it over there.
You
It's
up,
hey, there's hella fun shit to
hey,
do over there.
hey, but
Y'all can
look,
do
to
hella
you,
stuff.
but to you, it might be big. To me, this shit is small. So really, if this shit is small to me, where you at is even smaller. So your picks is like you gotta take what you can get. Like you don't really have many options like in the big city. You know what I'm saying? So maybe the niggas where you at is a little weird because y'all in a small town and you said like everybody know everybody mess with everybody. That shit ain't
Yeah.
like it's not like that out here.
Mhm.
Not as bad because there's a lot of mutuals out here. I'm like, oh shit, like I've met dudes and women. And I'm like, I don't even know you knew her
Yeah.
or used to mess with him, like that kind of shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So Vegas is kind of small, but you have limited options. Maybe that has a lot to do with why the struggle is real with you finding
Yeah.
dudes that's not fucking weirdos. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
No,
saying?
that's true. Reno's hella small and it's literally it's so fucked up. It's the shit ain't funny.
But
But yeah,
also,
I
let
just
me let
I
me add this real quick. It depends on where you look too. It
well, I
depends
don't
on where
look.
you
I
look
feel
and
like you
what you're
just go with
looking
the
for.
flow and whatever's meant for you, it's gonna you know what I mean?
Hey, that's true because when you're looking for something that's real, you ain't gonna find it because there's
Yeah,
no
you just
place
it
to
just
look.
comes because
Oh,
it's
I'm gonna
like
just go over here and find something real. There's no such thing as that.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't go to a church and look for it and find a good man
yeah.
or a good woman. There's
Because
some of the
it's gonna be real when you don't even notice it.
hey,
When you're not like you're just like where whatever you're doing, like in the
yeah,
store, whatever.
it's gonna find you. You're gonna stumble
Yeah,
upon it because the best
yeah,
people, the best men's ain't in church, trust me, and the best women's ain't in church.
yeah.
Facts. You know what I'm
I feel
saying?
like it could
So
be anywhere. Whatever's meant to be, like that's
exactly,
what it's gonna be. You know what I mean?
exactly.
And I feel like I'm gonna just blame technology because I mean if we look at like I mean I'm not saying that this is applicable to all men, but there's like a good 70% that done fell off, like straight off. Like they have no job. They can't keep a 9 to 5. They ain't got, they're walking on their Chevrolets. They literally live at home with their
Chevrolet.
family. I'm not, this shit ain't even funny. It's for real. It's for real, for real.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I got hella friends, and I'm not trying to knock y'all, but I'm just keeping it a buck. Some of y'all be with these couch princesses. They're like psychopaths. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's a liability. Get him the fuck out. Like, you know what I mean? But that's what I don't get. And I was just talking to my friend today because I'm like, why are you fighting for? Because if people show you who they are, you gotta believe that. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? That's just what it is. And I'm like, why are you fighting? This is like a blessing for you. It's not a bad thing, but she's like, you know, and I understand it, but I'm like, girl, like this is what it is, and that's the pick you. That's like the little three sections of dudes that you get. You either get a lot somebody with live EDs, psychopath stalkers, like I'll break your windows out, or they try to be too like manly, or they're just straight weird. That's really all it is.
Hmm.
Hey, that's not really all it is.
Well,
Those are
here,
just
well,
your
I'm in Reno,
options.
like you said, it's smaller.
Yeah,
It's
that's just
bad.
the options that you
Hold
got,
on,
man.
don't come too much for Reno.
Hey, she lived there. She can do it.
I live there.
She can
You
do
Reno
live
is
it.
in
not.
Reno?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know you. But either way,
See that? See Larry? See that right there? I don't know you. Cause she see how
Yeah.
surprised she was because they all know each other out there.
Because it's
who
Yeah,
really
is
small.
they?
Cause we were just talking about how small Reno is and
It
everybody
is
know
really
everybody.
small.
Yeah.
Hey, and not only that, if you
Sorry, I had
black,
to. My laptop died and I had to redo a whole bunch of shit. I'm
it's
sorry,
okay.
guys.
It's
If
okay.
you black out there, Larry, it's a whole nother story. It's even smaller. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
Like
Mm,
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, man. I ain't even gonna lie, and
right.
I ain't trying to speak like this and that, but I'm just gonna keep it all the way real.
Please do.
If
Well,
if you look, if
Here we
move to
go, y'all.
Reno, let's just say I move to Reno tomorrow, right? All honesty, I'm about to be big fish in a small pond. And that's just that's the truth. I will be a big fish in a small pond in Reno. And I'm gonna tell you like this because one, let's just say you're a woman and you only date black guys. Reno only makes 1% of black people out there. So
Yeah.
if you're a woman that date black guys, you don't have that many to choose from. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Then you got to break it down even more. This dude playing in the streets, or he still want to gang bang at an old age. That
Yes.
eliminates him. This dude,
Yes.
a lot of dudes out there in Reno don't have no car, so he don't have no car. That eliminates him. A lot of even black guys, which is sad, in Reno, don't even have their own spot. How many single black men in Reno do you know
Why
with
are
their own
you
spot?
making Reno sound like it's
No, I'm giving.
homeless? Like,
I mean, it
It is a
really
lot
is.
of homeless, but am I lying?
It's that's for
Am I
real.
lying?
Like even, and it's not just black
Well,
men. It's just 70% of all the men.
I'm just saying.
All men
I'm
in
just speaking
general.
on what I'm knowing, and I'm not lying what I'm saying either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're not. He's
And then
serious.
a
Like
lot
it's
of them
sad, but it's
don't
true.
have jobs. They still trying to pimp, trying to rap, trying to hustle weed. You got dispensaries out there. Like, come on, bro. At some point, you got to stop. So
Yeah,
that's why I said what I said. Let me move to Reno with the job I have and the money I make, and then, like I say, they ain't nothing to brag about because it's a small town. I'm just saying I would be big fish in a small pond in Reno. Now I live in
yeah,
Vegas. We got millionaires, athletes. We got all that out here. I'm not a big fish in Vegas. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I ain't bottom of the barrel either. You know,
yeah,
but that's just the truth when you if you compare the two to Reno. You know what I
yeah.
That's
mean?
true. That's true because when I used to be out in Wheeling, West Virginia, and
Oh hell, that's that's like the hills over there.
I used to get money out there. I ain't used to live out there. I used to get money out there. You know what I'm saying? I used
Okay.
to travel from New York to Wheeling. But when I was out there, it's like Fred said, I was a commodity because it was so small. It was only like 3 or 4 families out there, and everybody was related. Everybody knew everybody. So
It's
when me and
crazy.
my team from New York, we was out there, it was like there they go. You know what I'm saying? Like schoolboy Q, there's like there they go. Like
Yeah,
something different. Like we was literally like big fish in a small pond because this is what they had, and then there was us.
yeah,
And well,
yeah,
whatever, that's a different story. But it's exactly like Fred said, man. Like when your picks is only like a handful, you could count them all one hand, and then you
yeah.
get all these other options. You notice the difference, and yeah, it's easy for women
Hmm.
or even men for that matter to get excited when you know what I'm saying when you see
Yeah,
something different than what you normally used to having to choose
yeah.
from it. You know what I'm saying? So I could
Hmm.
definitely understand where you're coming from because I'd have been there and shit in small cities, many a
And
small city.
I think like, and I'm not trying to say this in a rude way, but that's the thing, and because it's so small, that's why everybody's been with everybody because you have like this handful of people, right, to pick from, and then it's just Reno used to be a lot better. It's just kind of like it's going downhill because of just multiple things, But honestly, I blame technology because
sorry, y'all.
I remember growing up, I used to play outside all night till that light post came on. As long as I was in the house, like when I was a kid, playing, knocking on people's
All
doors and
around.
running. And these kids will not know, like all that shit was hella fun. You know what I mean? So, and I blame technology because we look at the kids, it's just all effed up. I think that if we took these phones away, that would help us. It would be in our best interest to do that. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
If you
mhm.
took the phones away, these people would be fucked up because they don't know how to function. Number one, they can't function without their phones. When
But
you
we
look at it like
can.
this,
We
even
can. We can show them because we know how. And
nah,
it
but
was funner.
listen,
Tell me it
listen.
wasn't funner before phones came along.
Yo, I agree with you, but what I'm saying is the world we live in today ain't ready for that. Because I like when I'm driving, I pull up at a red light and I just look around. And everybody I see at
Everybody's
that red
looking.
light with me is like this. You already know they on their phone. Just for the however many seconds that it takes for that red light to turn green,
Yeah.
the first thing people do is pick up their phones. Motherfuckers is addicted to their phones, and that's just what it is. That's just the era that
Yeah.
we live in. So if you took people's phones away today, that don't come from the same era that I come from, or maybe y'all come from, that that have natural social skills and know how to talk to people without having a phone in their hand, or every time there's
Yeah.
a period at the end of their sentence, they got to pick up their phone and see what's happening on Facebook, on social media or Facebook, whatever the fuck it is, in
Yeah.
between sentences or in between conversation. they wouldn't know what to do. They wouldn't function. That'll fuck up the whole world. Trust me, Steph. It'll fuck everything
I
up.
think that shit.
I
Did you
agree
guys
with you
hear
to
about
make
the
it
new
better,
Apple
but it'll
update?
fuck
The
everything up.
Apple 18 update. You all hear about that?
What's
I'm
that?
about to get rid of this phone because I don't want their little camera shit to be watching me all the time.
Yo, you know what's
That
crazy?
shit's creepy, bro. Because if you think about it, Siri is spelled iris backwards. So
Uh-oh,
iris,
here we
that's our
go.
eyes, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Siri, that's what you use on the phone. So I'm like, well, hold up. And I just don't, it's just, I don't know. I just don't like that whole, I forget what it's called, but when they can supposedly tell what you're thinking or what you're looking at based off your eye movements.
That's crazy. You know what's funny is that
Look it up.
We're getting off topic. We're getting off.
Yeah.
I know. Sorry,
That's
we're
here
just
we
talking
go.
about because I mean, this is part of the topic because technology, you know what I mean? But
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Oh, it's not.
yeah.
Yeah, your image
My
is
thing is
just
frozen. I don't know why. I
Definitely
don't know if I got too many things open or
not
what,
part
but
of
I'm
the
still here.
topic.
all right. Yeah, your image is just frozen.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I got too many things open here on
No,
my end.
technology. We had that conversation already. For me,
Say
so
what?
Kayla, I think you ain't listening, Kayla. Kayla,
Say
you
what
got
you
a
say,
delay or
Kayla?
something?
huh?
See.
See, hold. I tried to move
Oh, we losing
spaces.
All
Wi-Fi.
right, that's it.
Hey, Steph, you there?
Yeah.
Hold
Okay,
on.
we good.
Just keep
Wait.
y'all.
We're like, we're
Hey,
straight.
so check this out. Check this out, just so we can, just so we can keep the flow still going and no interruptions.
Yeah.
I seen something on Stephanie Page earlier today, and she's made a comment about what's your idea? Can two people ever hook up and be friends afterwards?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Do
Damn.
y'all think two people could link up and then be friends like nothing later?
It depends. Shit.
I think it could, but I think there will still be like a little bit of chemistry because I mean it depends because then you've got some girls that don't care, they just go with everybody. But the ones that don't do that, I feel like those would probably have like a little bit of a spark, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. Like it depends, man. Like because there's this depending on how y'all parted ways, there could still be that residual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You might not have seen them in a while, and then the first time you see them, it's like you said, that spark is just there. You like shit. You know what I'm saying? So it might it could lead to a lot of different things. I'd have been in positions where I'd have gotten jealous over shit that I ain't supposed to be even
Over
having
an X?
feelings about
Hold
because
on, over an X?
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, why am I still feeling this way? So it just depends. I prefer not to be friends. Like if we split, we could be cool, but just stay over there and I'm gonna stay right here. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even want to put myself in that position where none of our integrity gonna be compromised. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to open up a can of worms that I'm not prepared for, none of that shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's just me though.
Yeah. But
Drip God was good.
Drip. We got Drip in the building, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, we ain't gonna be friends after we date because she probably didn't moved on. I didn't moved on. I'll be cordial and respectful if I see you. Hey, how you doing? But for the most part, you know, I'm pretty sure she's moved on and I have moved on myself. And I ain't holding no grudges, no malice in my heart. But like I said, I'll be cordial or, you know, whatever the case may be. But I wanted to see me on top shining with the new one that's better and new and improved so she can kick herself in the ass and be like, damn, I should have stayed with him. He was a winner, you know, now with a TV dinner, you know? Yeah. So, you know what I'm talking about? So I want her to see me with I want her to see, can y'all hear me?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I wanted to see me with new and improved, and you know, hopefully she's upgraded and updated her life with somebody else. But definitely, if I run into one of my exes, you know, I want them to see me, you know, on top, better and bigger than ever. You know, and they are, and you know, yeah, I'm gonna speak if she speak, but yeah, can we rekindle and go backwards? It happened to me recently. I was at a little rap show and I seen this little female I used to be with, and yeah, she seen me looking better than ever because like with age, as we age, we get better. But yeah, she started hitting me on the little Instagram, and I told her I had a little security female that was taking all my messages. I was avoiding her, and she was with somebody else, of course, a scrub, and she seen me, we locked eyes, like, yeah, you missing out. You wish you could be with me now, and then she seen that with me not even talking to her personally, but across the room, I could talk to him in silence, and yeah, she seen me and got on the little Instagram and was trying to hit me up, and I was like, yeah, talk to my secretary, I was like, talk to my secretary because it ain't gonna happen. I gave you action, and it's over. So that's just my spectrum on it. Definitely not. I'm not trying to rekindle. I'm not going backwards. I'll be cordial and speak if she do. If not, it's nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I do feel like a lot of couples that break up, they feel like they have to have this toxic ass negative. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I can't talk to you. It
Right.
sounds weird. I'm like, you guys are toxic. Like, you know what I mean? Um,
Right.
and that's hella common. It's
Right.
like, oh, we can't talk, we can't be friends. Like, we gotta hate each other and be at each other, and that's just hella weird.
Yeah.
I don't think it shit gotta be toxic, but like I'm gonna just keep it a whole thousand. I've been on both sides of the fucking spectrum. Like I'd have been in situations where I'd have seen somebody that I was, what I'm saying? Like I was like, damn, like there she go. And I'd have been that person where it's like, there he go. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, nah, I'm feeling the same way Drip feel like, yeah, you had your opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And I've been that person where it's like, I had my opportunity. Because sometimes I mean, in real life, sometimes things go your way, sometimes things don't go your way, and sometimes you be on the receiving end of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I've been on both sides. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, like I said, man, like depending on how y'all parted ways, whatever, I'd rather not be. I mean, we could be cool, we could be cordial and shit like that, but as far as like dating, depending on the seriousness of what we had, we probably just can't be friends. Cause I'm a passionate ass dude, and I'm not one of them niggas that be trying to play alpha male and trying to play this role and all that other shit like that that's popular these days. I am who I am, and and that should be sticking with a lot of females. You know what I'm saying? When I split up with females, man, they be like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to like pop my own collar and that shit. That's just me being real about myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I just be who I am, and I think that's what have women gravitate towards me the most. You know what I'm saying? And when they see me, they be like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, because I do have a lot of I'm not gonna say I have a lot of, but I've had several females in the past that's like was shaking. And I'm like, ain't nothing shaking anymore. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? But it's like Drip said, you had your chance and that's what it is. But again, to be in all fairness, I've been that nigga that's like, I had my chance too, and I'm trying to holler like, yo, what's good, ma? You know what I'm saying? And I'd have been shut down too. But fuck all that trying to be friend shit. If it depends on the situation. If shit was serious, put it this way: if shit was serious, no friends. Fuck that. If we was just talking and just dating, and it was just basic dating, and it wasn't that serious, fuck yeah, we could even be fuck buddies afterwards. Maybe, perhaps. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel
But
about
you'd
it.
be cordial. Well, like, okay, so what you're saying is like if you guys had a long history, right? You wouldn't be friends with them, or you would?
It depends. It don't even have to be long history. It could be if it was something serious
Yeah.
where feelings got involved. Like if I really grew feelings for a woman, you know what I'm saying, or we grew feelings for each other, and it didn't even have to get to that point where we was like, well, we said I love you to each other. You know what I'm saying? If we just had serious feelings for each other, if that's what it was,
Yeah.
then yeah, like that was the connection that we had. You know what I'm saying? So I might see her with another nigga and be like, man, fuck that nigga. And that right there is a sign of jealousy, man. Fuck that nigga. I'm hating. You see what I'm saying? And I'd have been hated on too. I'm like, why you mad though? You know what I'm saying? So if it was
So
something
when you
serious,
see
then it
your
was something
ex with
serious.
somebody, do you What's your next move? For me, I would go up and be like, "Hi, I'm Steph. Nice to meet you.
Nah,
How
you
are
doing
I'm
you?
too
I
not
much.
haven't seen
speaking.
you in a long time."
I'm not speaking, and don't say
Yeah, I'm
that.
not doing
I'll be
No,
like,
no,
no.
"Hi,
Why
I'm
not?
Steph.
No,
Like,
Why
look
no,
not?
my way, bitch. How
nah, I
Why
are
ain't
you? I
not?
doing
haven't
all
seen you
that.
in a while.
Cause
Nah,
I'm
that's
gonna
doing
act
too
like
see
much.
I
that.
don't
That's
see
like
you. Keep it
see
moving.
that'll cause an argument. That's like if I say I
I'm
didn't
gonna
know
just go.
Stephanie and
I
me.
would literally just
If
introduce myself and then
nah, look, that's
leave.
like if me and you, say I didn't know you, Stephanie, me and you dating, and we somewhere, and you see your ex boyfriend, and he with some girl, and you talking about, oh, I just want to go say hi. See, that's type of shit right there. You don't sit your motherfucking ass
You
down.
getting left.
You know what I mean? We
You
ain't
You
getting
waiting.
left.
wouldn't
You know,
like you
You
wouldn't
getting
go up
left.
and say hi. I'm not saying I would say hi. I mean, I would just do that in general with anybody, not because it's my ex, but I'm just saying in general. Like I
he
wouldn't
don't
think
want
about
you.
it.
He don't want you to say hi. You just need to sit down where you at
Oh,
and chill.
keep it moving.
He don't want your high. That's it. I promise you, he don't want your high, and he don't want
Yeah.
you making the girl he messing with uncomfortable by
No,
you
I'm
coming up
not.
approaching them.
Do you know how many times I've lied? I'm like, that's my cousin. That's my um, brother's friend. I'm not a hater, bro. I got your back, dog.
If you
Like,
got and will have his back for real, and just sit on down. You know what I'm saying? For
Yeah.
real.
yeah, no, that would be weird. But I mean, it's never happened. But I'm just saying, like, if it, I mean, I wouldn't be awkward and weird about it. Like,
Nah, just
I'm
don't
probably
do
gonna
it.
head nod.
Just don't do
I'm
it.
gonna head
I
nod
feel
you.
like when you overthink it, you gotta be your authentic self. You know what I'm saying? No matter what the situation, whether you see your ex, whether you're at the fucking store, you at work or whatever, because the highest um level of how do I want to expression we could get to is authentic, being authentic, love and
Yeah.
authentic. So because you're happy, you don't have to like force anything or try to, you just go with the flow. And I think
No, we just
that
gonna keep that in the past. We're gonna go with that flow. You know what I
If I
mean?
see an ex, I ain't going over to her when she with her dude or even by herself to say nothing. You kind of got to acknowledge me first to make me, want to say something or speak. But I'm not going out my way and see her with a dude and be like, we friends or cousins or we went to church together. I ain't doing none of that. I'm gonna act like I don't see her. And that's
yeah.
just out of respect, I don't
Yeah.
feel like I have to make my presence known. She see me, but like I
Yeah.
say, it's one thing, for them to just let them see you doing better. That's how you win with success.
That's
That's
what I'm
all.
saying. So that's what I'm saying. So if I was alone, like let's say I wasn't on a date, if I was out with my friends, I would go up and be like, "Hi," like "fuck you," like you know what I mean. Look at where you're at, just so I could be like "fuck you." You know what I mean? But if I was with somebody, then I would totally disregard. I would just ignore them. But I mean, I guess it depends. That's what I would do because, to be honest with you, like with my ex, like ever since we separated, I do not talk to him like at all. Like I have
Okay.
nothing to say to him. I think he's the biggest mark on the planet. And I literally just don't give a fuck. Like I have zero to say. I don't want to look at your face. I don't care. So
What what about you, Kayla? Can you be friends with an ex?
Um, Depending on how serious we were, no. If I was never really serious about you, then yeah, we could be friends. Like I don't give a fuck about you, nigga. Like really, after I break up with somebody, they don't exist in the world to me. But if if I was ever serious about you, no, I never want to speak to you again. You're a ghost, like just walking by me. I don't give a fuck about you. You're dead to me. But
yeah,
if we were like just dating for like a month or two and we fell out just because we didn't connect, you know what I mean? Of course, I'm gonna be your friend, like, because we didn't really get to know each other. I'm not gonna just write you off because, you know, things didn't work out, but we were cool. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Mhm.
I
I
think
mean, I
y'all
guess
full of
in
shit.
that sense, it's kind of like I don't know. I guess it depends on the type of relationship we had. I can't base it off of just you're my ex and I can't be friends with you no more.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah.
but my thing is guys won't allow that though in a relationship either. Because if you've ever slept with somebody, obviously, they don't ever want you to talk to them again. And really, it's just not on that level. If you never connected on that level, then it's just not there.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best practice right there, just to go ahead and get rid of them and not be cool. Because if you do move on and say you get a boyfriend later on, like you just said, he's not gonna want you talking to that dude anyways. You
Yeah,
know
but
what I'm
what if they
saying?
work at like a really nice restaurant and you need the hookup and they don't care that you have a boyfriend, but this is the homie. You know what I mean? Like this is the homie now.
Yeah, fuck that hookup. And then if you tell me that, we definitely ain't going to that restaurant ever again.
Why? Why?
Yeah,
Nope.
why? What the fuck is that?
I got this weird thing about me. Like I don't want to go nowhere. You don't been with a dude. Soon as if I have something planned, you told me you done been there before with some dude already. I'm cool.
Facts.
We turn around.
You're
You might
so
want to go.
dramatic, but you would
I'm the
take us
same
to
way.
McDonald's.
Yeah, we can go
Nah,
there.
that
Or
shit ain't
Jack in the
dramatic.
So
Box.
I'm the
right, we
same
can't
way.
go to McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Olive
Nah,
Garden.
I
We've
don't
nah,
want
all
to.
nah.
been
I
those
don't want to
places.
go.
Cheesecake
Even I mean,
Factory,
I'm not even just talking.
You know
I'm
that
just.
shit
I'm not even
Taco
just talking
Bell. The list
restaurants.
goes on.
no.
Restaurants, trips,
So
whatever.
now
I
we
don't
have
want
to
to go
go to
nowhere.
STK and Musashi and all these
No,
expensive places because we've
we're not. We
already been
going.
everywhere cheap. You got more to prove
No, we
now
just ain't going to
because you're
Chipotle.
being dramatic.
We not
Because
gonna
you're
go to
Hey,
being
we
Chipotle.
can
dramatic.
still.
We gonna go to
Hey,
Rubio's. You know what I'm
we can still
saying?
go to McDonald's. We just ain't going to that one.
That's it.
Wow.
That's
We
it.
going to this one, not that one. You know what I'm saying? You just can't. We just can't be
For real.
going to the same one you was at with
See
that
me
fool.
if a dude okay, so if the roles were reversed and I was with a dude that he was in the same environment as his ex, it all depends on how you act. If you're acting nervous and clumsy and shit like that, you still got feelings for this bitch.
Would you want to go? Would you
Period.
want to go to a place that you knew this man took 100 other girls at?
If the food was good, absolutely.
I don't
Nah,
believe it.
that's
Absolutely, I want to
different.
eat there too.
I don't
That's
believe it.
different. That's
I think for
different.
us, we don't
You
think
gotta get
about
it to
it because
go.
we know. I
We
feel like
just
we don't
don't
live in a house,
care.
so it's like whatever.
Yo, you
We're
can't
not
say
that
we. A lot of
territorial.
women.
I feel
Hey,
like it's not even about that. It's you're
Because
And
if we
what it
don't think
is,
about it, we're
if
not
that's a
thinking about our ex.
let
territorial
me
We're
tell
like,
you.
thing,
Let
and
me,
that's
I
let
want to
me
with
go eat here,
male
but
animals. It's with the male species.
no.
Period.
No, let me tell you, this is just a guy thing. As far as not has nothing to do with territory. It's about a man doing something for a woman, and a man want to be appreciated. So when a man has been appreciated, he want to be appreciated not just because he took you somewhere or he took care of a bill. He wants to be appreciated for the experience as well too. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
I don't want to
maybe
go
when
where
I
some
went
other
there the
man.
first time, the guy didn't open my door.
Hold on. Fuck that door. I don't want to take you nowhere where some other man took you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all about creating memories, and that's a real thing. Like
yeah, I
we
agree.
might not be together later on, but when you go back to that place, that memory might pop in your head and like, oh, I've been here before. How you been here? Oh, Fred had took me here. Me and him came on a trip before, and that's always gonna be implanted in your head. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And
Yeah, but we
men get
also
off.
might be in our
Listen,
mind that this trip is
men,
better. I
but listen,
enjoy
it
this
doesn't
restaurant
matter.
more because I'm
It
with
doesn't
him.
matter. It sounds good. The thing is, men, we do get off of not only like teaching women certain things, but also we are the first to give you this experience of something. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That's
Right.
what you don't understand. This is where men and women are where they're different. I'm trying to tell you how men think. You know what I'm saying? Like we
So when
want
you
to be
take a
that.
girl on a date, what's your thoughts? Like, do you think about it? What you're gonna do? How do you
On a
plan
first
it?
date?
Yeah.
No,
This one up here, not Larry, the one next to him. No.
no, no.
So you don't plan your date. You don't even
I don't.
put
I
any
don't.
thought into it.
I don't because I don't really date. I don't go on dates. I don't do that. Like if we go
So what do
somewhere, we
you
just meet
do?
up. Why we nothing.
Look how he looks.
Hey,
That's how these bitches
listen,
is because bitches give Freddie that complex that he doesn't have to do nothing and they just give up the pussy for him or give him some
no,
money
you
or
don't, because
whatever
I
the
don't
case
even
may
be
be.
having sex.
He
Yeah.
doesn't count. He doesn't
Wait,
count.
is he a street dude?
Hey, that
Is
nigga
he
the
a street
exception to
dude?
the rule.
No, I'm a corporate thug.
Are you for
Anyway,
the streets
I'm
though?
a no,
he
I'm a
is.
corporate thug. No, I'm not.
The first date, we go in the park and smoke. That's it.
You said park and smoke. Boy,
Yes, sir. We go in the
I'm
park and smoke.
done.
Them is the best kind that really fuck with me. You know?
I'm
No.
done. I can just picture you like, here, you want a cheeseburger?
Yes, dating is overrated. If park and
Oh,
smoke is
Hey,
a date, it's overrated. I'm good.
It's
we getting to
overrated
know
because if
each
you
other.
see what you just said, like you don't nobody thinks about it or puts effort into it. I feel like again, time is our most valuable asset.
that's
Like for
it.
real. I mean that shit literally. All of us got fucking 24 hours in a day. So every fucking moment once you spend it is gone. We gotta be productive. And I feel like even if like let's say if we were to go on a date, even if my intention, because my intention is never like, oh, it's a date. Like I literally don't operate like that. I just go with the flow. But I never wanna if I got hit by a
Hey,
truck,
hey.
if I got hit by a truck tomorrow, I don't want my memory to be for, I want it to be for how funny I was or how positive impact I had on somebody, in that moment. Does that make sense? So
Yeah,
I
that
feel
makes
like,
sense.
so
As
that's,
Domino said, I can go park and smoke. That's what I'm talking about. That's my
They
type
see
of
shit
girl right
now.
there.
Hey,
See?
Okay, but what
Domino,
if
See?
you
they
go out
right.
on a date with a girl that doesn't get high?
I
Then what's
don't
she supposed
go.
to do?
I get high off of weed, so of course I'm gonna be around people like myself. But after we do that, then we're going to get something to eat. Then we're going to get something.
I
You
don't go
feel
on dates, man.
why
Hey,
can't
me?
let
you
me
just
just say
kill
this,
two birds
man.
with one stone and hotbox the car on the way over there? Hello? Like,
Yeah,
why
because
does
we
it stay
park
on a
and we
park?
talk, we get to know
You
each
know,
other.
hey,
We come in different lanes.
I can't talk.
hey,
You can't talk to me when I'm high.
let me tell you
I'm in a
something,
corner rolled up in a ball. Like that's
Stephanie.
why I don't smoke weed. So that's not
Stephanie,
a good date for me.
I'm
That
gonna
would
go
be
back and
a
answer
fucking
your.
disaster.
I'm gonna go back and answer your question, Stephanie, about the whole dating thing. What you do? I think
Okay.
in today's world we're in now, and I'm gonna blame y'all, not you two, but I'm gonna blame women because you
We
can't
are
even be
women.
that. You can't be that man no more and just go on a day and be appreciated for that. Because I got a lot of homegirls. I got more homegirls than I do guy friends. You know what I'm saying? And I hear how they talk and I see what they do. I'm not gonna be him. You're not gonna play me.
What does
Two, I'm
that
not gonna hold
mean?
on.
Yeah,
What
like,
are
I'm
they
what
not
does
gonna
that mean though?
doing?
That could mean
I'm
like
not
hella
gonna
different things.
I'm not gonna trick on you. That's not gonna work. I'm not
What
gonna be
is
no
tricking?
option. I'm not gonna be the option for Monday, and you got four other dudes lined up trying to take you out too. I'm not competing with
See, that's
nothing.
what you guys
I'm
think.
not.
That's the problem is
I'm
y'all
not.
think everybody's like that, and that's why you
No.
think that
Hold
way. But
on. Hold
everybody
on.
ain't like that, so it's not
And
fair because a
and
small
and
percentage.
and this is the other reason why I don't really date or call it dating is because I'm never gonna lead with money and where you think, oh, I'm gonna be with him because what you think I might have. You know what I mean? Because I don't never put no shit on the table for you to know nothing. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? We can kick it. We can go have some drink. We can do whatever. I'm gonna have. I'll have you laughing. That ain't a problem. You know what I mean? We gonna have a good
You're not
time
that
regardless.
funny.
I'm hella funny. You know what I'm saying? But but look, the thing is, you got some men, they do it backwards. They lead with money and because they don't have no game about themselves, no conversation. So now he gotta overcompensate by taking you out to these overpriced restaurants and
Tricky.
trying to do the most and be tricking. I'm not tricking. That's just it.
That's not
You know what I mean?
true.
That is
See, I
true.
don't, I,
That's
I
not
don't know,
true.
man.
Like
See, so can I ask you a question? Why do you think so?
Caleb.
In my mind, when you based off what you just said, so I feel like what you're projecting is you feel like the vast majority of women either A are dating you or out because they think you have something that they want, pretty much, or B so you can be a trick, pretty much. Is that how
Well,
what?
you gotta think because you gotta think
And
like
you feel
this.
like they're all players, right? You feel like they got like
A
dudes
lot of well, a
lined
lot of
up or
women
whatever.
are, and that still goes back to what you said 15 minutes ago. It's the whole social media thing that plays that part because we all got options. All I got to do is open up a cell phone. You can be replaced in 30 seconds. You know what I mean? All you got to do is reply back to an inbox message. So that's where all that comes from.
That
I'm just
So
doesn't
I
not.
work
don't
for
agree with
every
that. It
man,
can't be
Freddie.
replaced in any seconds, first of all. Second of all, I feel like because I think that you're correct. Like a lot of people do send DMs to everybody, right? But you gotta be like a special kind of motherfucker to like literally sit there and entertain these fools. Like you know what I mean? Like that's how I feel. I feel like first of all, if I don't motherfucking know you personally, don't you dare call me through Facebook Messenger. Like I want to fucking say hi to you. They do that. That's a real thing. And I just think that's just so fucking out of pocket. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think too, again, and dudes will run game on girls and they'll eat that shit up. They just tell these girls whatever they want to hear, just because we all know what they want. They want one thing, and these girls fold and fall for that shit. So
Yeah,
again, you got to be a
that go
certain
both
type
ways
of
because
person to be entertaining these dudes.
that go both ways. Just like we said before too.
Yeah.
Ego and attention is a goddamn drug. And a lot of women love fucking attention. You know what I mean? You could be a man and you can shower her with attention. It still ain't enough. She
That's
still
all
got
she
to do the
wants.
most on social media. She still got to be posting certain pictures. She still got to entertain people
That's
in her
because that's
inbox.
the girl you
It's
chose to
attention.
get with.
But
That's
You
there's
the
guys
also
cop
have to
out.
women
That's
look
the
that
at
cop
that
out answer.
too. You have to
That's the
look at
cop
that
out.
too. You can't base every woman
That's a
on
cop
the
out
type
because
of girls you
listen,
keep running into.
listen.
You
First
cannot
of
do
all,
that.
that's a cop out. Don't say what the girls you run into because all of us can open up a social media page and see what it's flooded with. You
go
know what I
on my
mean?
social media. You ain't gonna find no
That's
skanky pictures or
that's
none of that.
just what's out there. It's
Period,
attention.
Stephanie. Period.
Go on
Go
it. Like,
ahead.
you're not gonna see. I don't operate like that, and that's the thing. I feel like you
Listen,
are.
y'all. This is what y'all got to do. This is what y'all got to do when y'all talking, having these kind of discussions. You can't say you because you ain't the majority. We know what majority is out here. One person don't make majority. So if y'all talk about men, I can't be like, well, not me because I'm not. No, you got to
But
have a
you
clue
are.
what's going
You are
on.
all of that. That's the
See,
problem.
hey, you know what Kayla doing? Kayla Lightway on this channel trying to hate on my shit. People watching. If she keep it up, I'm gonna
Wait,
start talking.
somebody has to.
If she keep it up, I'm gonna start
Somebody
talking.
has to.
And then she's gonna make me
Yes.
prove my point when I'm talking about this
Well,
date
wait.
stuff.
Let me ask you a question, Fred. Do you feel like your perception? Do you feel like your perception makes it you hesitate to like date? Because I think we
Huh?
all have this
No.
idea,
What
like,
it is no. What it is I know at this point in my life, I know what it is that I want, right? And I don't even call it dating. You might see somebody around me one time, two times, and you probably never see them again because I know what it is that I'm looking for. Like I'm just cool. I'm not gonna waste your time, and I'm damn sure not gonna waste mine. And there's a
yeah,
lot of things I'm just not gonna tolerate either. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So goal for me, straight up, yeah, one woman, be married. That is my goal. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna be out here playing around with y'all and get to playing and I'm not tricking my way to
Wasting
the
time and
top.
money on
I'm
resources and
damn
all
sure
that.
that's the biggest thing. I'm not spending no
That's how I
money
feel too.
to get your attention. That's what it is. I'm not doing it. When you my girl, hey, we do what we got to do. You know what I mean? You want to go out, we can go out. We can do this. We can do that. I don't care. I'm not doing it at the beginning stages. I'm not tricking at all.
Mhm.
And you looking for a trick, I'm not. I'm just not doing it. I'm
Yeah.
not going out to eat. I ain't buying tattoos, gym. I'm not none of that. I ain't doing none of it. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, did somebody ask you for that or what the fuck?
No, I'm just using examples.
I'm like,
I'm just using
damn, these
examples.
bitches are savages these
Hey,
days.
it's pretty
Hey,
much
Shit.
like pulling up in the foreign.
Freddie, shut up.
It's like pulling up in the foreign to the motherfucking welfare office to get you an EBT card. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, for real. I
That would
might
be
whip
some
up in
shit.
the
First
foreign.
date, hey, can you take me to get a tattoo? Bitch, swerve. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I might whip up in foreigns, pull out a bankroll in front of her, all that. But none for you. You know, I'm not gonna get you to like me on those levels. If you're gonna like a motherfucker, like you would want to be a motherfucker to like you, for you, of course, not what I got, not what I can give you, not what I can spend. It's not going down like that. That game is over with.
Okay, so okay.
Remember,
I've
like
let
when
you
you
guys
go.
that's
have
the
your
other thing
say.
Hold
I
on,
cannot
because it's like
stand. Some dudes try to act like I have the best car. I have all, and I'm just like, I would just literally.
it's
But
corny.
their balls
I'm
smell.
like, you airheads.
They
So I'm
don't
like,
even. They just
and you're
They
just like,
start telling you
you
about
don't
you
need your
doing that
nothing.
vulture
be
walk,
quiet.
like he got it. I mean, that's what they do. They start playing, adding it up. Because see, females tally up shit, even in
No,
their head.
they don't.
No, I'm just saying,
they do not.
female women, they tally up shit. Even when you dating them in their head, all your fuck ups, all your flaws, all your shit to it just stack up against you to where they just be like, it's a secret, they're not addressing it. And then so I don't like that type of shit. So when you around them and you pulling out or you pulling up and they looking and they count shit up and measuring shit up, like, oh, he got it. But then when I act like it's not on me because I ain't tricking. then you might not like that.
Hey,
Yeah,
we all probably been to a strip club before, right?
of
Everybody
course.
been in one before. So you remember there's sometimes you'll meet some girls that work in there and they'll say, "Hey man, what you get with him? He out here blowing money." Some of the women in there like it don't matter how much money he was blowing because they look
Yeah,
at him as a trick because you already came in. You introduce yourself as a trick now. So in their
yeah,
eyes, that's all they gonna ever treat you as is a trick now. It
yeah,
goes the same thing in the whole dating
Yeah,
market.
if you date a
Like when
stripper,
you
of
lead, we
course.
ain't talking about no stripper woman.
I'm
Period.
loving
If you're leading with money and that's the first impression you're trying to
yeah,
give her, she's gonna
yeah,
treat you like that. It's always gonna be
yeah,
about money because that's
That's
how you
not
come
yeah,
across. That's
true.
how you
That's
met
what I'm
her.
saying. You
That's how
That
say
she
is
you
met
not
don't know,
you.
you
true.
let slide.
Because you didn't
They
give
go
you didn't
ask
give
it.
him time to meet him. He led with the money. And what's the
Yeah.
first thing you do
Okay,
when
so
you go
you're
home and
right.
call your
You're
girl?
right. It to an extent. You teach people how to date you. You teach people how to date you. So if you if you lead with money and you have certain expectations, yes. But there's also chivalry. You can take a girl out on a regular date. It doesn't have to be super fancy and be like,
Yeah.
hey, you want to just go grab a soup and a salad from Olive Garden. If she says no, you can't do this and that. You already know what type of woman you're dating. You
Yeah.
teach people how to date you. So if you keep picking those girls, the ones you're complaining about, then that's what you're going to keep getting.
First of all,
Definition of insanity. You keep repeating the same thing, the same situations,
Expecting a
everything that
different
you've
result.
done every time expecting a different result. And you're not. So you can't
Yeah.
be bitter about every woman because every woman's not about that. I
Because then
went
I
on a
feel like
first date with
we
a
kind of
dude
listen,
close
and let him
ourselves.
cook dinner at the
Yeah.
house.
listen,
And
I
it
feel
was
listen.
like we close
easy.
ourselves off. I'm closed off. I'm
Hey,
not gonna front. I'm done. I ain't digging
But a
through
lot
no
of women
garbage
ain't like
pail.
that though.
hey, see, this is the thing. See, again, stop talking about the minority and start talking about the majority. Stop talking about what women. Hey,
I
you
don't
guys
pay
keep focused
attention
on
to
this
them
little.
hoes.
Y'all listen.
Hey,
Y'all,
but
yo,
no, but
you
we can't.
speaking on
what
What
the
we're
the
hell
saying
is
is
that?
we can't relate to them. So why would we talk about some people that we can't relate to?
no, that's not true either because y'all know.
That
You
we can't
know.
relate to them.
I know some of y'all friends, so cut it out. So y'all better stop with the
Exactly.
bullshit. You know what I'm
Again,
saying? And
and
talk
you
for
can look at
real.
their friends, and you don't
Stop
see us out there
start
doing
talking
that.
for real. Listen,
You know what I'm
stop
saying?
talking about like that's like if y'all tell me certain men this and this and that. If I do know that is a real thing, I'm not gonna be like, well, no, man, not no, man, because this, and I'm talking about this 1%
No,
ass
I'm
shit.
telling
You
you,
know,
the
I'm a
vast majority, you're correct, because it is a problem
let this.
across the board. But
But you keep choosing them.
You don't know
yes,
what I choose, so stop talking about you. You don't know what I choose.
They
You
keep
know what
Men.
I'm
choosing
saying?
on us.
Yeah, she keep
Men.
talking like you and
They
you
choosing up
picking
on us.
and you.
All right.
Nah,
Yeah.
come
The,
on.
the the problem with that is that men continue to choose those type of women, but then they base everything that they do. If they meet a good girl, a wholesome girl, a decent girl that is
It sounds
okay
good.
with a date that is simple and easy, let's go talk in the park and grab a fucking coffee.
That's so
They're
far in
automatically
between.
assuming eventually you're gonna be one of these hoes that wants me to take you to Mastro's.
That's so far
Eventually,
in
that's where your
between.
mind goes because you have paranoia.
That's so
But
far in between. That come on.
Yeah.
That's a
but
needle
here's
in
the
a
thing
haystack.
though.
That's
Here's
a
the thing.
needle in
It's
a
like I
haystack.
said,
When in
if
all
you
actuality, the fact that you want to take a walk in the park with a coffee might be the best thing to a girl because it's like he just
Hey,
wants to get to know me and talk to me. He doesn't want to buy me shots and drinks
hey,
and get
yeah,
drunk with me and da 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 da.
Stephanie,
He wants to
Steph-
yeah,
actually get to know me.
Stephanie, we had prior episodes where we talked about this, right?
yeah.
Where I know I was the one who said, no, I wanted somebody that can you meet me at the Starbucks in the morning? Is that good enough so I can get to know you type shit?
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
So you preach it to the choir, Miss Lady. I already done said all that.
yeah.
I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm
Oh,
saying
now you
these are
not.
the type of
Oh,
I said these are the type of people that you guys are bypassing and then judging women solely on the fact that you think that we're gold diggers and we're hungry.
there ain't a lot of them like that.
hey, you know
There
what it is
No,
right
are.
here.
There
okay.
are
But
a lot
wait,
of
though,
women out
Brent,
there like
just a
that, but not
serious question.
everybody's
I'm
like that.
curious.
Every
When you
there
go
ain't
on a
100%
date,
of anything. There ain't 100% of everything. But it
when you go on a
exists.
date, how is it? Do you guys? So if you don't plan it out or you don't know where, how does that work?
I meet women, I hang out with them. We might do something regular ass shit
Yeah,
because And the only reason I'm doing regular shit,
But do you
because
ask
if I,
them
it's
or do
like,
you let them ask you? Or how does that work?
I mean, however it come together. I mean, I don't know. There's
Like, do
times
you
I
say,
don't.
hey, where do you want to go?
No,
Or
no, not like that. I might say, hey, let's meet up here, and there'll be times I say, hey, let's meet up here, and then she'll pull out her card and pay for it. You know what I mean? So it's not
yeah.
like I'm taking on a date. Just we meeting up, we get to know each other. No different than, you know what I'm saying? If we did meet at
Yes.
a coffee shop or somewhere, it's just regular shit. In my mind, I don't have no intentions on anything on this first date. Like
Yeah.
I'm just trying to fill you out. I don't
I
know you
still
because
feel like whoever invites is the one who pays. If you invite me to a coffee shop, you're
well,
buying my
well,
fucking frappuccino.
I
Nah,
invited someone and she picked up the bill when it came. You know what I mean? She
it
Just
insisted
don't
on
I'd
matter.
paying.
like to. I think we
No.
should alternate. Like, I
what
pay
if
for
I
this.
didn't
You.
want coffee that morning? I'm not
Well,
gonna
don't
pay
You
for
drink
should
it.
have
it.
came up with a different idea though. If you ain't want coffee, then you should have came up with a different suggestion. Like I- if I say yo, let's go out for ice cream, and you ain't feel like ice cream and you wanted coffee, then you should have said yo, what after that? Because
I
you
drank the
see what I see. Hold
frappuccino.
on,
The
hold on,
thing
hold on.
is that I'm invited. That's what I'm saying. If you're
But hold
inviting me,
on.
you're saying, "Hey, I want to take you here. Let's get a coffee."
But hold on. What I'm
If you
trying to
can't
what I
spend
was gonna
$7, bro, we don't
No,
need to be
listen,
dating
listen,
but
because
listen,
see,
listen,
obviously I have
listen.
$7 and you
you
have $7.
went
Like
off, you went
Kayla,
somebody,
off, Kayla,
Kayla,
you
you
went off the
seem very
rail.
reasonable. You seem very reasonable, Kayla. So what I'm
I
trying to
am.
say is this. So what I'm trying to say is this. If I invite you out for ice cream and you want it and you ain't want ice cream, you wanted coffee. Again, you seem pretty reasonable.
Then
Maybe
I
you
would
didn't
get
want.
coffee ice cream. I'm
We
trying
could
to
get coffee
appease the
flavored ice
man.
cream, or when we done with the ice cream, we could go get coffee. We could do a little bit of both. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
trying
But
to
if
have
you don't
bubble
never say
butts.
nothing like they say, a closed mouth don't get fed. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really say like
I'm
you
not
can't
saying
put
the
the blame
date
on
is
somebody when you didn't
disappointment.
open your mouth neither though. You know what I'm saying?
But
I'm not
I,
saying that there's anything wrong with the invite. I'm saying if you invite me to somewhere that you want me to come that I had no intention on going to without you inviting me there, then I
we
fully
agree.
expect you to pay.
We
I
agree with
do.
that.
Hey, but
But
hold
what
on,
I'm
hold
trying to
on, hold
figure
on.
out,
Time out.
wait,
Time out. Time
we
out. Time
got
out. Let
off
me
a
say something real
subject
quick.
though. I
But
said,
if during the
I
day, if
listen.
if
We
during
got
the
off
day I
subject.
realize that I don't like you, I will tell you I'm
Listen,
gonna pay my half of the bill every time.
we got off. Listen, we got off subject because all I stated was I invited someone just to meet up. The bill came. She reached and paid for it. No one said I invited and then expected anybody to pay. She wanted to
No,
do it.
we know.
You went. You
I we
turned it into something else.
No, we're not saying that you did that, Freddie. I'm not putting that on you. I'm saying these are
No, I'm talking
situations
about
that
how did we
actually
do
happen this way because men will allow a woman to pay after he has invited her out and expect it too.
it? And you don't
I'm
think a
not
lot
saying
of
that
women do
was
that?
your
You,
situation.
you don't think a lot of women do that? Hitting guys. So what do you want to do
If
today?
you
I'm
ask me where
hungry.
I want to
And then
go,
you when you want to go out and grab something to eat, oh, I'll pick you up, and then automatically try to assume that you're gonna pay the bill. You technically asked me out. I was home chilling.
I've never done that, so I don't know. I can't relate.
When women
So
do
let
it a
me ask
whole
you
lot
guys
more than
this.
men.
Okay, so when you're on a
Well, I need
date,
to figure out how these women are doing it because they sound
I
like they got
know.
full of bellies and wallets. And I mean, maybe I should go into that route because if it's working,
Uh-huh.
my goodness.
See,
My
that's
card
how it
And
don't
you
work,
don't
starts.
have to
man.
give
That's
up the
how it
My
starts.
coochie. Oh my
Yeah.
How it
gosh.
starts.
card
Stephanie,
declined.
we need to talk so we can
I'm
figure
telling
out
you,
how
we
we're
need to
doing
do
this.
something because I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been. I literally. I'm asking you guys this because I don't. I haven't been on a date in fucking a long ass time. So I don't even
Me neither.
know how it would be. Does that make sense? I know that sounds fucking stupid,
Dates
but
are
I'm being
nice.
serious.
You guys should experience them.
Yeah, I know
Like
they nice. If you
I
ain't paying for them,
literally
that's why they
just
nice.
and again I don't overthink it, so I just go with the flow. But I don't even know how the fuck it would be to like. I don't even. I'm like clueless.
Let, let me tell you.
Again,
Let
if
me
I'm
tell
in the
you
middle
about
of a date that I do not, when I figure out I don't like the guy, I will always, I never go anywhere where I cannot pay for my meal.
Yeah.
I
Oh
will
yeah, for
never
sure.
be,
so,
I'll be like, you know what, I'll pay half and I'll catch an Uber home. Or more than likely, if I'm going on a first date with a guy, I'm driving myself. I
Yeah,
have my
for
own
sure. You're
car, I
driving
have my own
yourself,
money
and you got that friend
because
on
I'm
the
not going
back
to put
end saying,
myself in
"If
a
I text you,
position where
call me
you
and say
can
there's
leave me.
emergency."
True.
Yeah, we have that already.
We do.
But
We
it's
know
kind
how
of
to play
like
ping pong.
you guys have to also look at it as that's protecting ourselves too. But the thing is, if I'm on a date with a guy, if we go out to dinner, you invited me out to dinner, and I feel like you're a fucking weirdo,
Then it's
I'm
like
not
I'm
staying
gone,
on that
bitch.
date with you. I'm gonna pay half of my bill. I will go
And
to the
take it over.
bathroom and be like, "Hey, I ordered this, this, and this at that table over there. Bring me my bill so I can creep out." I've done
That's
that
fine.
several times.
I don't done that
I
before
just go
too.
to the bathroom and dip out.
I
But
did.
I will just tell my
I
sister,
just
like,
I
dip.
wouldn't
hey,
leave
if
them
I
with the
text
whole
you,
bill
call me and
because
say we gotta go to
that's
the
bad
No, I'll
karma.
pay mine. I'll
You
pay mine,
can't
but
do
I'm out.
that.
I ain't dead shit. I'll
That's
leave
Hey,
bad
her.
karma because then you can never go back to
I
that
ain't did
restaurant
that. I
again.
no,
ain't
no.
What
did
Let
if
me
it
tell
that.
was
you.
No, of
good?
course not. I haven't did nothing like that. But you know,
I
yeah,
care about my food. I care
if you
about
take
my
a
yeah.
food.
woman
That's why
out,
I
Like
realized
you said,
like I'm not getting free meals from niggas. Like that's crazy.
just like you said, if you don't like him during the date, I mean, it took for you to go on a date with him instead of from the beginning. Now let's rewind the tape. You met this person out and about wherever y'all. So now, come on now, stay with me
I'm
now.
listening. I'm listening, Drip. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm
I'm just
sorry.
saying, you met this person and you liked them off the top when you first met him initially, and then you go on a date with him, and then maybe you don't like him no more, or you don't like what he's talking about, or you're not attracted to him. Who knows what the case may be? Because it's a million reasons, But and then you feel like, hey, just tell me, hey, you was cool. You really not my type. That's cool. I respect that. I mean, just dipping out and paying in the corner, like undercover spy or something. You know what I mean? Like that's a little
It's
different to
hard
me.
to be face to face with somebody like that because then they're gonna have other questions.
look,
And
I'm
then
very
Larry.
direct, and
like
I like to
me,
do
it's kind of
handshakes
like
because you can tell
when
a
I
lot by
get
somebody's handshake
when I can't
and
when
just
I
their approach. You can tell a weirdo from a
I
mile
met
away.
somebody via a handshake and it was a good start. So I'm not gonna go
Yeah.
off that. But it was a bad handshake, but a good start. But the thing is that it's hard to confront people in those situations because you don't want to hurt their feelings. And me, it's kind of like I
Fuck
go
that.
zero
When I
to a
get
hundred.
catfished, I'm gonna be like, you do not look like your motherfucking
Yeah.
Oh
pictures.
no. Let me tell you a situation that I had. I went on a dating site and I was talking to this guy and we were on the phone texting only.
Don't be
I
on
was like,
those
"How come
dating
you never call
sites.
me?" He's like, "Oh, I'm at work. I can't be on the phone." Why did I meet up with him? I said, "I'll meet you at the park. Let's go for a walk." I meet
Marcus
up with
Smoke.
him and he's fucking deaf. He can't even fucking talk to me. So
Yeah.
am I doing that situation again? Absolutely not. Weird shit happens
Wow.
in these streets.
Oh, you was going
I
on
don't
a
know
handy,
sign
Oh my
language,
god.
bruh.
you was going on a handicap day.
So
Okay.
what happened? So you
Oh,
pull
you took it
up.
to
Wait,
another
wait, for
level.
real. So wait, you pull up and did he do sign language or how does that work? For real.
I text my friend like tell me the baby needs me so he can read it because
She
I
went on a
can't. I
handicap day.
So you pull
Larry,
oh
what you
my I'm
Larry?
done. You see what
We were
I'm
No.
saying?
talking on the phone for 2 weeks, 2 weeks straight. Like just talking, texting basically. He would send
Yeah.
me videos, but he never said anything. I never heard his voice, nothing. And then when I got to him at the park, he was like, and I was like, oh,
You're like, oh,
Did
I
you
gotta go.
hold on? Did
I
you
gotta go
leave
to the
immediately? Did you immediately leave, or did you
like
stick
maybe 3 to 5 minutes after.
could have
I
stuck around
tried
and
to
learned
be
sign
nice.
language. At least you could have learned something, turn negative to a positive. You could have turned
I
around and
don't
learned
know
sign language.
anything in sign
don't be on them
language.
dating sites. Them dating
What is
I would
this?
never do that. You
This?
gotta get off that dating site.
I
You
Yeah.
gotta
mean,
get off.
Larry,
buy or something.
Yeah,
I
so
Listen,
don't
Larry,
get
I
I
off
knew
the
don't
you.
dating
know.
site
I
and
knew
just
you were
go
trying
on
to
the
get your
like
point
some
out. I knew you were trying to get your point out earlier, Larry. I need go ahead and finish what you were saying.
Oh,
I just had
sorry,
to jump in.
Larry.
How did
Sorry.
we get to this whole paying that type thing, man? I wanted to finish that before we jump to something else.
Oh nah, it's a lot to unpack because we all got a lot of opinions and shit. So I'm enjoying this shit. Like I don't even give a fuck about my opinion at this point. You know what I'm saying? But I just
but
wanted to say
we
like
want to hear it.
when like to Kayla, she like if a nigga invites you out to go out on a date, you don't expect for yourself to pay. That's kind of like I don't know, man. I can't agree with you on that because I was like I'd have bit like sometimes when you go out with people, it's really not. Yeah, it might have been my idea. Like, hey, what you doing this Thursday? What you doing on the weekend or whatever? And if it's nothing, then hey, you want to link up and we gonna do this, whatever. Have not. But yeah, it was my idea, but I didn't like really invite. You know what I'm saying? And put it in quotes and whoever pays for
But
the
that's
shit pays for
different.
the
Are you
shit.
meaning like if a group of friends? Is that what you're referring to?
No, no, I'm not talking about no
Or
group
a
of
date?
friends. I'm talking about just me and you. So
Okay.
if I invite you out, if not even invite, because I don't, that would go against what I'm saying. What I mean, what I'm saying is like, if I ask you what you doing this weekend, are you busy? You say I ain't got shit going on. I'm like, yo, we should link up. That's just a suggestion. I'm not inviting you out. If you too busy, then you too busy. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, and no matter what, even
Link up
if it was
where?
you, put it. Hold on. If you hit me up, put it this way: if you hit me up and you say, "Hey, what's going on? What's popping this weekend? Yo, let's go Top Golf or whatever the fuck they got going on out here in Vegas, whatever." And I say, "Yo, that's a cool idea." I might feel like the gentleman and feel like, "Yo, you know what? Put your wallet away." You know what I'm saying? So how am I to look like just because you the one that invited me out, you should pay for the shit? You see what I'm saying? So just because it was my
If
suggestion for
I
us to go
call
do
you
something,
and I
hold
say,
on, hold on.
"Yo, we should go to Top Golf,"
Hold on, no, hold on. It doesn't matter. It's just the fact
I'm
that
holding.
hold on. That's why we said like dating is important because how else you gonna get to know people? So if I don't suggest that we go out and we do something, you said walks in the park is cool, perfect. Ice cream, coffee, whatever the fuck it is that people do these days, and they go and they get to know each other and they chop it up. It doesn't matter who came up with the idea, is what I was trying to say. Sometimes I might come up with, if I come up with the idea and you pay for the shit, then you pay for it. I got it next time. I'm gonna make sure I got it next time. You see what I'm saying? But just because I came up with the idea, it doesn't necessarily mean like I'm the
Mhm.
one who invited you, so I'm automatically should be the one who paid. That's what I was trying to say as far as I was concerned.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not
Because
saying
sometimes
that that's
when two
not a
people
bad
link up,
thing. That's
when
not
two
a
people
bad
link
thing,
up,
Larry,
it's
and
not
I agree
necessarily
with that.
say what?
If I suggest that we go somewhere, in my mind as a woman, if I suggest that we go to a certain place, I'm gonna fully expect to pay at least for myself.
See, that's
If
you.
I like you, I'll pay the whole tab, but I'm not gonna pay for you, nigga, and you're boring. Like that's just not gonna happen. Where's your
See,
hat?
that's a different story. That's a different story. You know what
And
I'm
you
saying?
guys
Like,
should do women the same way. Like you have no
yo,
conversation.
don't
All
say
you
you
have is
guys.
big
Fred
titties and
already
an
said stop
ass.
using those
I'm not
words.
gonna pay for this whole
See,
date. I feel like
You
you guys
see
should
what
do
I'm
using
it the
saying?
extra
same way.
words that you're not supposed to be using. Stop saying you guys because I'm
But you
not
guys
like
know
one of them
we're
niggas.
not
Is
referring to
that
you guys. We
I'm
just
not
mean
you
men in
guys.
general.
Yeah,
Just like
thank you.
That
Freddie
you
said, he's
guys
not
don't refer to
referring to
me.
me and Stephanie. We're not referring to y'all three on the panel. Maybe Drip for sure.
Nah,
But
I'm not you
That
guys.
nigga for
I'm
sure.
not you guys, man.
damn?
I'm not you
Shoot
guys. But go
shots
ahead,
at me
Drake.
now,
Take the
huh,
floor.
girl? Okay. I mean, I say it like this: if anybody's out there listening on this internet, hear me out. This is some game. The passcode is game. Uh, Go on a date, vice versa, and you want to see where some real shit happens at, man, just say, hey, baby, my card got declined. You know, and
you
then let's
see,
see it.
you
You know,
see
hey, yeah.
that
If
shit
that
right
crowd,
there.
hey, my card got declined. That's how
And
you get
if
out
I
of it.
pay the whole tab and you pull that shit on me, I'm never calling you again.
That's
That's a
okay.
horrible.
You know, because I'm
No,
gonna
Yeah,
that's
make
a
it up
no
exactly.
go
later and
right
give you
there.
some dessert,
Hell,
baby.
red flag.
Hello. I'm gonna make it up later and give you
100%.
some dessert.
That would be so embarrassing though.
Woo,
Like,
shit.
no, we're not doing none of that. Okay, just put it to me straight beforehand. But we ain't gonna
My
do
card
none of
got
that.
declined, baby, but when we get back to the house, I got you. I
That's
got
it.
you, girl. Yeah,
That's why you
Hey man, we
asking
just
what
be
the
going
budget
through that
is.
shit sometimes too, though, man.
Ain't enough
that's
Don't
it.
push
niggas in the
that.
world that
We
could
just
bring my
going
money
through that
back.
shit too, man.
No, thank you.
I got you, girl.
I'm telling you,
Mm-mm.
that's why it's sketchy to be dating, man. I ain't trying to deal with none of that. Because
Can
it
y'all
don't
hear
really
me?
happen if you really think about it.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm
Dating is
Oh,
visualizing it
not.
right now. I'm just
I wouldn't
picturing it.
say dating is overrated. I feel like dating is, you have to navigate a whole lot different now, but you cannot put everybody in one box and assume that every gender is going to be the same, or everybody's going to be the same as the last person you dated. Everybody's triggered. A lot of people need fucking therapy to get through these dating navigations and understand the people that they're dealing with. And I feel like there's a lot of hurt and a lot of trauma between the people that are dating now. It's not complicated to date a person, but everybody makes it complicated because they're dating in past relationships. You have not healed and you have not let go.
Yeah.
You're not out
That's
for
what
the
I say,
moment and
yes.
you're not out enjoying the time that it is. You're like, well, last time I took a bitch to this restaurant, she stopped fucking with me and she was fucking on another nigga. And well, last time he took me here, his baby mama was here and I found out he had a car seat in his trunk. Like just shit like that. Like you gotta stop thinking about that and just live in the moment and be like, you know what, it is what it is until you find something wrong with that person. Just be
But that's
happy
the
in the
thing is
moment.
like when people jump out of relationships and they hop right into the next one, and that's what why I feel we have all this couch princesses and some more shit because I feel like they body hop so quick that they don't even heal. They pass on that toxicity and it just keeps going like a domino effect. Like, but it's crazy. Like, and I'm telling you, and I'm not trying to talk shit, but it's a fact. Like almost every person I know, for real, they will hop out of a relationship and be in the next one the next week. It's so weird
Yes,
to me.
trauma dating. That's
And
what
I'm like,
everybody's
what the
on
Trauma
now.
fuck are you
Trauma
doing?
dating.
bonded.
But that's
They
just
bounce
weird.
back. That's their get back. That's all it is. Sometimes people go on their dates, and that's not really a date for them. You know what I'm saying? For
Yeah.
them, this shit is just a get back. You know what
But
I'm
how
saying?
can
I
you do?
just
I don't
happen to been there.
understand how
That's
you.
your get back, but I'm just
Yeah.
happen to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
I
what if
don't
the other
understand how they
person
can do
doesn't
that because
care?
for
You know what
me
I
as
mean?
a
You're doing
woman,
it for no reason. You're degrading yourself.
when you're a
The other
woman,
person
and I
might not
mean
even
this
Some
care.
women
literally, I'm
like
not
that
even
though.
exaggerating. When you break up with somebody that you love, it feels like you lost a motherfucking loved one to death. Like, and I mean that literally. So that's what I'm saying. I don't understand if it hurts that bad. How do you just go lay up with the next person? You know what I
Well,
mean?
a shoulder to cry on leads to a dick to ride on. So
Oh my God. We need to start catching these quotes from Drip.
Oh shit.
We had last week we had zero is too
Lay on your
close to
tummy and get some
none.
Wow.
money.
And a shoulder to cry on is a dick to ride on. We need to start
hey,
gathering these
that's what
quotes
it
from
leads to.
Drip.
That's what it leads to. I mean,
Facts.
and then you be caught up in the middle, like y'all said, in between somebody, and they mayhem, and the next thing you know, she might be coming at you on some sexual shit, on some get back shit, because she mad. Maybe if you deny her, like, it's the first night we just met, and you got to really get to
But
know
that's
somebody.
weird.
But yeah,
A
it can
man
happen.
is gonna deny a woman that's trying to get her. Come on
I
now.
mean, I'm being real. That happens. It do,
But what?
and the
What?
reason.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
that's wild. That's
I
really.
said,
I
is
mean,
the
yeah.
man gonna deny? I didn't say does it happen.
I mean, for me personally, I mean, I feel like my self worth, my self value. It's just you're gonna use me. That's the way you're gonna lose me. Yeah. Did you catch that one? You're gonna lose me, and that's the way you're gonna. You're gonna use me, and that's the way you're gonna lose me. And it's not
Hallelujah.
gonna work. Yeah, it's not. It's not gonna work. Either choose me or you're gonna lose me too. Don't forget that one. Choose me or lose me. But anyways, I feel like you got to know your self worth, your self value. Being a god, like a few of us on this show and goddesses or whatever, whatnot. You got to know your self worth and self value. So of course, if she's coming at me like that, and that's what it's gonna be for the night, and that's gonna help her, reserve her feelings and feel like she got some get back and she won. It's not gonna be done with me. It's just not because it's not right. You're just gonna, you're not
How
even
do
gonna
you
talk.
know that's what she wants? How do
Well,
you know
because
that's not what it is?
she's coming at me like that. She's got her hands all over me. She's just, she's aiming
She
towards me.
paid she paid the
Yeah,
$20,000 fee.
huh?
Uh-oh.
100,000 now, but I'm going
She
for the
paid
max.
the fee. She
Hey,
said, "Oh shit."
I'm going for the maximum. But no, I'm just saying, like, and that's just me too, on a level of being a man. On the first night, just think about it. Am I all over her, rubbing on her, trying to just have sex with her? I mean, come on, who is that gonna really work on? You got to be really around some amateur people because that ain't what professional people is doing. So, I just feel like you got to give it a little bit of
Not
time.
everybody lives in the professional world, but
Well, you know what? Hey, that separates the two. Elevation requires separation. So before I was, in that world, in the amateur, I still wasn't like that because I knew my self worth and my value and my morals and my integrity and my principles.
Drip,
And
you
yeah,
gave dick away. Don't do that.
I'm
You got
talking
to
about
where
some
you
people
are because you have mastered, I guess, that I don't know what you do in your life. I don't know you like that.
yeah, so you don't even know. You're guessing like America do.
But
She
no,
said you get a
no,
giveaway without charging a fee.
you
I
You
definitely
mean,
goddamn
did
right.
in your
I mean,
life.
I'm just saying. I mean, hey,
In
I
your
mean,
life. That's all I'm saying. Don't
no, I
negate
feel you,
that and
but
say that you've always been this self-aware and self-conscious and know your worth and da, 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 da. You
I've
have not
always been
always
like
been that way. Somebody put you in that position and been like, I could get money from, or I don't know what you
nah,
do.
nah, nah. I
I
don't
don't know
listen
what
to.
you do.
I'm
Let me
not a
not
male.
speak too much. I'm
I'm not a
stopping.
gigolo. Yeah, I'm
Boy,
not a
woo,
gigolo.
what you on this
I'm not a
internet? You got
gigolo
that
or a
rap.
male escort.
Everybody
And
is
I
spicy.
said I shut up. I shut
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
you ain't
no,
trying to
it's
shut
not
up for
like
me.
that. Hey, I'm not a male gigolo or escort or anything like that.
You
I know what I bring to the table. When you get with people, you have to bring something to their table and they're stable. You do, other than dick and pussy. I mean, excuse my language or my French, but it's correct. That run out.
What he means is bring your pocketbook, bitch, or don't come out.
See, look, she's all about the money. See, I like that.
That's what you mean. You're like, bring that pocketbook, bitch, or don't
I
come
mean,
Fast
out.
learner. Fast learner.
That's why I say we need to sign some type of what is it called when they sign some type of agreement, some type of contract.
NDA,
Yeah, there you
non-disclosure
go.
agreement.
Like, hey man, that this is real, and you got to have something to bring something because who wants to feel like everything's on them?
Yeah,
I don't.
for real.
Hey, but I was thinking
You keep
about.
saying financial
I'm
stuff.
kind of going off
Everything you
topic here
said
real
is
quick.
financial documents and
I
contracts
mean,
and things
because
like that.
it has to be that way because people got to misconstrue that what comes with a relationship comes with finances and allegation. I mean not allegations. Sorry, with
Definitely
responsibilities.
allegations.
No, responsibilities and a lot of different things and finances. Like me, if I ever got married, I would sign a prenup. Period. That's it. So
But honestly, I just want to throw this out there. I was thinking about this, and I was just like, it makes sense to do like, I mean, I'm not condoning. I'm not saying it's okay, like to each their own. But it would be a really lucrative business to start a business for whatever. I'm not going to say a brothel because obviously there is one, but for whatever business you're trying to do, like the last talk we were having about, like if you were to date 2 or 3 women, right? So
yeah.
I think if you did do that and you had, because you can make your own agreement, I think it would be best in the event that you did do that, that you had an agreement typed up, because you can be like, well, if you break, because ideally if everybody's in on this lease, right, and you're into a let's date, I'm dating 3 women, we all live together, you got to cover your ass, you feel me?
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that, and I was like, if I was a dude and I wanted to do that, like date 2 or 3 females, I would like literally whip up a contract, like no lie, and I would let it be known, bitch, if you break this contract, you fucking owe me fees, interest, and some more shit. Like, you know what I mean? Because you can do that. It's legal. Just get it notarized.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, that's the way to do it.
Hell
that way
yeah.
you don't get
You
took by these fuckers. Yeah.
What you think, Larry? I see Larry
I
back there chilling.
Of course, I'm chilling. Like I said, this shit is pure entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I like the way Steph think though, man. I like any female that understand where a nigga coming from, man. That they think like from both sides of the spectrum. So yeah, I'm with that shit, man. Like, but it's too late for me though. You know what I'm saying? That's a different thing, but I can fuck with it. I can fuck with it though. You know what I'm saying? But
I
nah,
just be
I think
thinking like, well,
everybody
how
has
can I make this lucrative? Like, regardless of the side, you gotta just think smarter, and on both sides.
Domino agree with you.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yo, who knows Domino? We need to get her on the show, man.
I tried to ask her to come on today, and I don't know what she was doing.
We need to get her on the show. She's very opinionated. Plus, she be making some good points.
Yeah, she played both sides and not just one side. You know what I mean?
Good.
So if it makes sense,
We need that.
Because Kayla, she just all with this feminine movement shit.
Don't come for me. And I'm not for a feminine movement. I'm not even about that at all. I'm just making logical sense. I'm thinking like y'all, and you don't like the fact that I'm calling you out on your shit. That's
Wait,
all.
what's the feminine movement? For real.
Yeah.
What does that
Who,
mean?
her? What, the feminine movement? How she ignored everything, like she was blinded to the fact what women be out here doing. She act like that didn't exist, and she wanted to only talk about this
Because I don't.
1% and not the 99%.
No, I
What you
think
gotta
we
say
I
about
agree.
have
that,
I
friends
think
Taylor?
that
we
act like
agree that
that,
we
and
know
they'll
what it
try to
is.
come to me with their problems and shit. And I'm like, bitch, you sound dumb. That's, I mean, I
Like
literally
petty
talk to
stuff.
people like that all the time. Like, what do you mean?
Like petty
Yeah.
stuff.
He's
Yeah.
supposed to get your nails and he just met you. You haven't given him no pussy. Da 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 da. Like, and you're expecting him to give you something every week, every week, every week. You haven't went on no date. All you're doing is texting the nigga, and you're dry, and you expect him to keep doing
Yeah.
like there. I know these bitches. I know there's females out there like that. What I'm saying is that you guys keep catching on to them, and then you're basing your major opinion about these girls, and not every girl is like that.
We're not
If
saying.
they're showed something different, then
Let
they'll
me
act different.
look. Let me
Like Drip,
let
he
me
might
start it
show
back
his
over.
girls financial
Let,
responsibility, right? He might show those girls financial responsibility, but if he meets a woman that knows and is financially stable on her own, that might be a challenge for him.
I, look. I
That'd be
said.
great because I want her to have 25,000 in her bank account, and it's hard to find. Now I went down to 10,000, but I'm going back up. You know, I really
There you
would. So
go.
we won't fall out about finances
That's
ever. I
not a
want.
fem movement. I'm saying that certain you have to date on your
What
level. Who
I
says that?
listen. Oh no.
I
Oh.
want her to
Now,
have 10,000. I do want her to have
hey,
her own 10 grand. That'd be
this
nice.
this all I was saying is when you're going out here calling yourself dating, just being careful. You know what I mean? And all I said was, you're not gonna play me, and I'm not gonna lead with money. That's it. I never
Yeah.
said, I never said every girl nigga meeting is doing this and this and that. I'm saying I'm just
Yeah.
being cautious from the get go. That's all. And then once I get to know you, and if I fuck with you like that, yeah, nigga, the sky's the limit. We can do whatever. You know what I mean? I said I'm not leading out the gate, leading with
Yeah.
money. So if you think I'm gonna be spending $300-400 on a dinner on the first time we kick it, I'm not doing that. I'm not him. I don't care to impress you. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And that's
Yeah.
all I was talking about.
We going to a
Not that,
motherfucking food cart taco truck.
and there
I
are
would
women that's
love that
down for
kind of
that.
date.
Hey,
I
yeah,
love
their
taco
burritos are
trucks.
fire. I'm just throwing that out there.
Right. So it's like,
Yeah.
let's go get a burrito, let's talk some shit, let's walk
Shit,
around,
with the
whatever. But
horchata
if
while you're
you have
fucking
to be
hooping.
you have to be that confident in yourself that you can keep that date going. It doesn't
You're
have to
right.
be at a fancy restaurant. It doesn't have to be. It's about who you are, and are you coming as your authentic self? Because if you're trying to fake some shit for me and take me to an expensive restaurant and you can't keep that shit going, that's when that, oh, she's a gold digger vibe comes in. No, the first date you took me on was $400. I'm gonna expect at least a $200 minimum dinner after
Next time.
this.
That's what I was
Yeah.
saying. Didn't
That's
I
what
say
I
that,
said.
Lord?
Yeah.
You're
Didn't I
teaching
say
Hell
that?
no.
people
Get the
how
fuck
to
out of
date
here with
you.
that.
You're
Didn't I say
teaching
that?
people how to date
Nah,
you.
When men
nah.
lead with money and you start it that way, that's how they gonna get you. That's why I was talking about the
Yeah.
You're
trust shit.
teaching people
Yeah.
how to
That's a
date
dumbass
you.
nigga.
That's exactly what I said.
That's what I was
That's a
That's
saying.
dumbass
exactly what I
nigga.
said. But if you say, hey, meet me at this taco truck on X and X Cross Street, and then we'll walk over to the park from there, or we'll drive over to the park from there and go, go chill and talk. If you set the tone as that, then you either know you have her then or you don't. Because if she's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm not going to meet you at no taco truck, boom, stop talking to the hoe. Because she's not on that level. She wants you to leave with money. She wants money. She wants crab legs when she's at home eating cup of noodles.
Come on.
That's
Come on.
how. That's the type
Come
of
on.
that's the type of female you're messing with. If I ask a guy, I want you to take me to, Hot and Juicy. I want to go eat a crab boil. Best believe this is shit that I'm eating all the time on my own. I can afford to take myself to this, but do you want to take me to
Yeah.
that? Okay, cool. If I don't have no money, I'm gonna pack us some sandwiches. Let's go meet up,
Yeah.
and just have a little talk. It doesn't. Let's get to know each other. You're definitely not getting no coochie over a sandwich.
Look at Larry shaking his head. What would you?
They're
I
giving
know
up
you thinking
coochie to
about
get their
something,
work
Larry.
done.
Nah, I'm just thinking like I agree with what Kayla's saying. I agree with what you and Kayla's saying, Fred. Like motherfuckers they start out simping and now they gotta continue simping. You know what I'm saying? Like if you leave with
when
money,
they
you know,
can't
you
afford
gotta
it.
stay with money. But at the same time, sometimes that first impression is the impression that some of these simps be trying to do. Like that's what they try to lead with. So they can't sustain it, but they want to show you a good time and they trying to impress you, knowing damn well they can't sustain that shit every time. Every meal ain't gonna be $300, but you got to
No.
understand that as women, you got to understand every meal that you get every time y'all go out. Sometimes tonight's meal might be $300-400. Next meal might be $50-75. Don't expect to get a $400 fucking meal every time we go out. It don't matter
I'm
how
just
you
saying,
slice
I
it,
don't
man.
know where the
You feel
fuck
what I'm
y'all
saying?
eat at, but y'all got me fucked up if you think I'm spending $400 on any meal.
But you
Sorry,
ain't spending
Girl,
shit
in
though.
Las Vegas,
That don't
it's
even make no
easy.
sense.
In Las Vegas,
See, you
Is
hear?
it?
Yeah, it's
That's how it
easy
is in
in
Vegas.
it's
Vegas.
See?
easy.
Look at her. She's
For
talking about,
one
is it?
meal though, like $400,
Yes.
like bitch.
That's easy.
Yeah,
That's
in Vegas,
Vegas.
it's easy.
Capita Grill, Mastro's,
STK.
STK,
Oh, we
I've
going
been
Really?
there.
all
We
of
know
Isn't
them.
we're
that
all
There,
cheap?
that's easy. $400 in that butt.
That's wild shit.
Easy.
Huh?
We
But
got the
that's not for
restaurant
one
here.
person,
Let
right?
me ask
That's
you
two
this,
people.
Kayla.
Yo.
But the thing is I went with my girls though. I went with my girls and we all paid our own bills. So I
Yeah,
can say that I've been to
okay.
all those restaurants.
But let me ask you something,
I
Kayla.
know
So
Why
if a
it has
nigga,
to be okay?
hey, so
Bitches
look, so
have
Kayla,
birthdays. We went.
if a nigga take you out
Mm.
on the first date and it's $75, y'all just had bar fare, right? If y'all had bar fare, and then he took you out and y'all had $400, it was a $400 meal, $300 meal, wherever the fuck, like would you is that the new standard? Because the standard started here,
No.
and then he took it up another level. So is this the new standard? Like how do you feel about that? If he started out low and they took you high?
No. I'm appreciative. I'm
Everything,
appreciative
whether it's
of
a
that meal.
$5
I'm a
meal
bitch.
or
I
just
love chicken wings. Okay, you can take me to Wingstop, and I after that $400 meal, the next date we go on, you're like, hey, let's go get Wingstop, Louisiana hot. I'm all for that shit. I don't give a
Okay,
fuck. It doesn't matter to me if I like your company. I'm not gonna be picky about where we go to eat.
that's a
The
good response.
ambiance is a lot about tasting food and things like that. Like I'm a big foodie, so for me, it's like if you're creating a good ambiance, a good environment, and I'm enjoying that meal with you, I'm enjoying that time with you. It doesn't matter where we eat, whether it's $400 or $24. It does not matter to me.
That's a good response. I could fuck with it.
But you have
because
to
I
be
think it
that
shouldn't matter. I
guy.
think
You know what I mean? If you can only provide if you can only provide expensive things because this is what I'm working with, then I'm gonna expect expensive things.
Hmm.
Because
Oh
this is all
wow.
I got. I mean,
Yeah,
Damn.
I deserve a treat
Damn.
if I gotta put up with that shit.
Damn.
hey,
Damn.
hey, I respect your honesty. I gotta respect it.
damn, like
It
that. You
is
I
what it
got
respect it.
is.
what she said, okay?
I respect it.
You agree with
And
that?
every female is gonna act like that.
That's
Every
funny.
female,
That's
because
funny.
Nah, you can't
if
say that
that's
because
it,
if I say every female,
you
y'all have
have
a
to
problem with
trick.
it.
Did you hear what
You
she
have
Every
said? Did
to.
female
y'all
ain't
even
gonna
see
act
what
like
she
that.
said?
Every female ain't
No?
gonna act like that. If I sat up here as a nigga and said that's how all females is, y'all will be correcting me like crazy. So we can't say all females gonna act like that. All y'all is definitely not the
Well,
same.
What?
98% of
Loose?
them will, if we're being honest.
Nah, it's not
Mm.
about just being loose. It's just about the principle. It's just all y'all not the same. I'm just keeping it 1,000. Just all across the spectrum. We ain't gonna
The
get into
bottom line
nothing.
is we need to be
We ain't gonna get
authentic.
into none details. Just all females are not the same. That's
Yeah.
just period.
We know that.
But you said all females are gonna feel like that. That's why I'm like, yo, you know what? Some of y'all, you might be like that, but
If they're working
doesn't
with
some of
this,
the people
Larry,
today?
If they're
this,
working with
they
this,
Uh-oh.
are.
that's what she said. That's why I was laughing.
Pinky
Oh, I know why you
swing.
laughing. I
This
know
is
why.
what I'm saying.
She said, if I got to work with this, then you buy me expensive meals.
They
Hey,
work with smaller
I want to
things
go
than
to
that meal.
Mastro's. I
So
want to go to Mastro's.
Kayla
damn.
crazy.
Damn.
Oh shit.
So I guess we can say
Damn.
dating is dead then, huh?
No, for real. I really, for me
At
personally,
least half that.
yes, dating is dead for me. I am sorry. My time is so valuable. I am not wasting it on a mark. And I can't do it. I
Oh,
got shit to
Damn.
do. That's just what it is.
Damn.
She
I'm gonna
said
be
Hey,
alone.
Steph.
that
I'd
hard.
rather die. I'd rather motherfucking die in a ditch alone than go dig through this garbage pail of dudes and waste my time or energy dating.
So
I'm
Waste
what you
still
gonna
it.
for
do? You gonna
dating.
stay single?
Hell yeah!
I'm a
It's the
hopeless
best shit
romantic.
ever.
I feel
When
You
like
gonna die
you
with
leave
a
your
cat?
house clean, you come home to a clean house. You don't come home to no drama. It is the best. If I want to go to the motherfucking store, bitch, bye. I'm going to the store.
no,
If I
she
want to
has
go out and
8
drink,
kids.
bye.
She's never
If I
gonna
want
be
to take me a
alone.
motherfucking nap for an hour, bitch could take a nap without explaining why I took a nap and didn't answer my phone. Like, I like that shit. I like it. And literally, I feel like, honestly, it's the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. Like, it really is.
Hey,
Are you
Steph, let me
hungry?
ask you a question.
Yeah.
I don't know what your age is and all that shit, and I don't give a fuck. I'm not even asking that. But do you feel like, based on whatever your age is, you just don't have as much time for that shit?
I
She
Mhm.
definitely
young.
don't have time.
Say what?
I think that is definitely time. I just don't have time. Like I mean that literally. Like I don't have time, and I think my experience was so traumatic that I'm like, fuck that. I don't ever want to feel that way again.
The
And
reason,
yeah, so I think the time is one thing, and then just because I refuse to ever go through that, you know what I'm saying?
because the reason why I asked, the reason why I brought up age into it is because I know a lot of people that's like, even like myself, like if me and my shorty broke up, I'll be like, I'm not even trying to get into the same type of relationship that I just got out of, because I ain't got time to be fucking around like I used to. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's why I was asking with the whole
yeah,
like,
because we're older, right?
yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. That's what I was trying to say. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
okay,
And that's the thing is like honestly for like our age, you would think like people would be more mature and established, like just for themselves. You don't gotta
negative,
fucking have you don't gotta have $1 million. Like, you know what I'm saying? For me, it's like I will take care of myself regardless. You know what I mean?
right?
And I think we should build people up and try to help them reach whatever we should always encourage people to be the best versions of themselves. But again, you have a lot of this generation that is just like house bitches with no house, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just it is what it is. So the connection, the motivation somewhere along the line, and I just feel like again, like at our age, like I'm too old, and I will not be putting up with no petty ass. We're not kids, you know what I mean? And that's the thing. I feel like now I realize like how valuable my time is, and
Right.
I ain't gonna waste it on you know what I
Petty
mean? I
niggas.
really like being alone. I really enjoy it. Again, like if the opportunity comes across, then I feel like it would just happen, and it would just be a natural thing. I wouldn't even be overthinking it. You know what I mean? But my mind is literally like not there at all. Like I have zero interest. I don't know why. It's
Damn.
weird.
That's
She just
I'm
crazy.
telling
realized
you, because
her time is
I
right.
have had a lot of people ask me out on dates, and I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck. I think I'm
Hey,
too
can I
busy. I
take you
don't
out
got
on a date? Hey, can I
I don't
take you on a date, Steph?
No, I just don't got time. I really don't. Like I don't have time because I'm busy all day. And then plus cuz I'm older and I don't want to deal with no bullshit. So I just rather just keep it pushing, you know?
But there ain't
That's
times you think that you want to be with somebody. You want to be in a relationship.
No.
Damn.
I don't think about it. I think I literally just go because I try to focus my energy on what I have control over or how I react to the exterior, right? So
Mm.
I feel like again, like I've told you guys this a lot of times. I feel like because all of us we can say if I asked you what's your ideal person, right? You can name off a handful of traits, but I feel like love starts with loving ourselves first, right? So I feel like if you want admire certain traits, you have to make sure you have those traits because we're energy. Remember, emotions are energy in motion. So I feel like we literally attract those vibrations. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think
Mm.
it's a big deal. It is a big deal, and people don't realize it, but it is a big deal, you know?
Mm-mm.
So
Mm.
it's just crazy. I just ain't never gonna date again, and I'm cool with that.
You can never
6
say
months.
never.
I don't think you
6
got to.
months. I told that.
I'm just here. I'm just going with the flow. I work. I mind my business. 6
months.
months.
You're gonna be in that poly relationship, like I told you. That's for
No,
sure.
Pretty
I
much.
would not do
'Cause
that.
that's gonna give her all the time she's looking for, right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Watch.
Uh-uh. I just don't have time. Because I feel like men, like you guys were saying, men, like most, a lot of women don't realize it, but there's a certain roles in our household, like we've talked about. And I feel like women, and I'm admitting this from my, from my experience. I think us as women have a tendency to, how can I put this? Not take away their masculinity, but kind of interfere with their role as the masculine energy in the household, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
like, it's a guys want to feel like this is my domain, this is my house, I'm the fucking manning the ship. And I feel like some of our behaviors or the things that we do kind of impede on that. And that's where we have this situation now where it's like they don't feel appreciated. But I think there's a hand again, we know that the majority of girls they are disrespectful, they don't appreciate it. But I think that is something that's necessary to be in a relationship, especially at our age. You got to value people and you got to value their time and be considerate of, because everything that we do impacts somebody else. So you want to be considerate of that. And I think that men, I think us as women, because of how fucked up it is, I think we need to start like, maybe that's life happens and we put it on the back burner, but we do appreciate the people that we're around, and I think maybe we should express it more. But I think just with evolution, like it's kind of hard in women, and that's why we have this divide. We got technology, then these emotions and toxicity. But I think again, like we were talking about, when you're with somebody, you set the foundation. So if you show somebody that you value their time and appreciate them from the beginning, like that is going to, it's like planting a seed and then a tree grows, right? And I think at my age I value a lot of different things now than before, you know. Like money
Mm-hmm.
means nothing to me, like I can spend it just as fast as I could get it, but my time and the people I'm around, like I feel like the people that you're around, this, believe it or not, that shit has a major impact on you, major, and you don't wouldn't even know it unless you remove yourself from one group of people and try something different. Then you're like, what the fuck? That was like, then you realize, okay, that was not my energy, like not a good vibe. So you just gotta just go with the flow. And I think us as women, we have, obviously there's a divide with, we got feminism and all this stuff going on. And I think us as women, we gotta take a part of the responsibility for that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, man. Oh,
I agree.
We gotta let the men man the ship, and then you know what I mean.
I
And you got
agree.
to be supportive, and that's the thing, is like for me, I feel like let me give you a good example, like with parenting. So if if there's a parenting issue where I don't agree, I would never like talk shit to him about that I didn't agree, because I want my kids to understand like this is what it is, but behind closed doors I'll be like, "Hey, this is where I disagree, you know." But there's certain things, like that's one of the things, you got to let the dude man the ship, you know. And kind of, you got to be submissive in a lot of different ways. And I think we're not like that so much anymore.
they not. What's going on? What you thinking, Larry?
Shit, I'm just listening to her. Like I agree with her because I think we live in an era where the code of morale is just shifted, and we live in an era where a lot of women just emasculate they men. You know what I'm saying? And they don't respect their man as playing a leadership role. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like I agree with what she's talking about, man. Like I'm just listening to her. I'm like, yo, a lot of women don't really think like that. Or even bigger, a lot of women, they don't even see that that's the way they be acting.
Hmm.
Like they don't even see like that's what the fuck you doing. And then the next thing that they do, or the first thing that they do, depending on how you look at it, is point the finger at the man. And it's like, this is your doing. This is the monster that you created. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? You emasculated that man. Because I'd have been in that position where it's like, shorty, like we not doing that. Like I'd have been where I've had women try to emasculate me, and it wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? And I'd have seen on the outside looking at other men getting emasculated or whatever, have not. And that's just like I said, like times change, people change. I said this in the beginning. You know, like the code of morale between men and women is just way different. The dynamics between men and women in my era compared to today's era and the times that we live in today is just way motherfucking different, man. So
Yeah.
you got a few people that have an old school state of mind, you know what I'm saying, where they still have a code of ethics and shit that they had instilled in them, and they follow those codes and rules or whatever, and that's with them. But for most part, man, like people don't even fucking think like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't even think like that anymore. So when you got people that don't think like that, if you have a world that don't think like that, just say,
And that's most of the world. They don't think
then,
like that.
then you have a world that act off of that shit. And this is what we see is what we're gonna get.
Yeah.
In a
I
nutshell.
feel like trauma. I feel like, and I'm not, this is because we got to take responsibility for our reaction and our actions, right? But I feel like a lot of it is because people are sheep. So we have like 150% of those people where they went through some trauma and they pass it on. And not only have they passed it on, but they've exposed the people around them to that trauma. And now they're doing it in their life. So I think that's a major chunk of it, because almost every person I know got all kinds of drama going on at home. And I think it's just like the shit they say to each other is some shit I would never ever say to anybody. Like, you know what I mean? Not even somebody on the street that I don't know. So it's really toxic, and it's so common. It's like probably 9 out of 10 relationships are really fucking toxic like that.
You said 9 out of 10?
9 out of 10, believe it or not.
That's
They
crazy.
they might put a good front on social media and do all that, but if you go in their house and you know like how they live their life, it is not a pretty picture. You know what I'm saying? And
But it depends on what you define as toxic, though.
toxic is like, let me punch you in your face and cuss you out and talk shit about your parents and like break your windows and type of shit.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking toxic.
Like I'm talking like 0 to 1,000, so like some shit I would never put up with. And
That's crazy.
it's sad, but it's so common. It is so common, and I don't understand. And that's the thing, is like these girls are literally like brokenhearted over these bums. I'm like, I just don't understand it, you know?
Yo, what sounds crazy to me and the shit that I don't understand is, where in the fuck are you seeing these niggas at? Because
Everywhere.
I've heard of toxic, and I know niggas and women that's in toxic relationships, but I don't see no shit like that. What's going on? What the fuck you talking about? Where's
I'm gonna
this
send you a
wild?
video right now, Fred. When we get off the
Hey,
latest video that
like
I got, I was like,
I've
broken
been
window.
in
I
toxic
was like, oh
relationships.
shit.
I've been in toxic relationships where bitches done put scissors and knives to a nigga throat and all kind of wild shit like that. But as far as like what you talking about, I don't ever see that shit like,
That
because
is so. I just feel like,
the
yeah.
era that we living in, everybody's so busy simping that they don't have time for toxicity.
No,
You can't do
either
both
that
at
you
the
got
same
a small
time.
chunk that's simping, and then you got like the majority who's literally living this toxic ass fucked up lifestyle behind their fake social media. And I mean for real, for real. And then you got a small
I'm
percentage
slow.
who are just, you know, maybe dating. Then you have a couple that are just kind of just there. But I think it's I don't think people realize how big of a problem this shit is. Like, and if I'm talking to you, like the stuff I say to you guys, I know you guys don't, you're probably thinking, well, it's not really that big of a deal. These house bitches house, the girls too, it's not just the dudes. It's like an epidemic. Like 9 out of every 10 relationships is so fucked up. And I'm just like, dude, like how I don't understand. I'm like, how do you live your life like that? You know? I would hate to live my life like getting my windows broke out every day, or you know what I'm saying? Just
No,
fighting for your whole life. Like, fuck
I don't
that.
know what you're saying. It's
So
It's
time
crazy.
out.
crazy.
I didn't want to know what we're doing because I just want to know if the date was dead. We don't got domestic violence now, but
Toxicity
Crazy
dating.
ass.
boy, that thing went off for 20 minutes. Hold on, wait, I'm trying to find a break. I couldn't find a break.
Damn. They flattening tires and busting big screen. Damn. Busting cell phones.
Hey, no
Yeah.
wonder they dead.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
All
for
that
real though.
toxicity, boy, going through all that, yeah, you don't want to date no
Hey,
more.
but look, But look. To get back on topic though, fam. Dating will never be dead. You know what I'm saying? Dating, whether it's online dating or in person dating, there's no way that dating is gonna die. You have to
I
get to
think it's
know a
already
person.
dead. I think it depends
Like,
what you consider a date. You feel me?
say what?
I think. Don't you think it depends on what you consider a date and who you're asking? Because
Yeah,
really, I feel like people don't really date. They
they
go
don't.
out and they sit at a table and they're on their phones, or you know what I'm saying? It's just weird.
That's not. That's why I distinguish serious dating or just casual dating. That's why I said that shit earlier. If you're really trying to get to know somebody and trying to make something happen out of the person that you spending time with, that way you don't waste your fucking time with that person, then you might take that day serious. You might not be on your motherfucking phone. You trying to
Yeah.
ask questions or have a conversation, a basic or even on the most basic fucking level, you trying to have a conversation with that person, him or her. You see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
there's no way that you, because communication is so important, dating is never gonna die out. Whether it's behind a fucking keyboard or in person, whether the date goes to shits, whether the shit goes proper or whatever the fuck, dating never it's never gonna be dead.
Yeah.
That's how we do it. Whether it doesn't have to go to be like courting women and courting dudes, whatever the fuck, being courted by niggas and none of that shit like that. Just dating is just that's just it's part of getting to know people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that shit leads into a whole nother podcast though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
That I'm not even gonna bring up. But that leads into a whole nother podcast topic or whatever. But yeah, dating now, I don't think it's overrated, man. Like how the fuck else you gonna get to know people, man? Like it just depends on like we say, life is what you make it. That date is what you make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'd have been on dates where it's like, man, this shit is going the worst. Like, but I'm like, you know what? I'm that nigga, or not that nigga, but I'm the nigga. Let me take charge of the shit and make the most out of the shit. And
Yeah.
even though I probably never heard from or ever communicated or call or text or make contact with this chick like afterwards, I did what I was supposed to do. And one thing about me, I don't like giving anybody room to say shit to me.
Yeah.
So if the date went wrong, it wasn't because of me. I played my part. I did what I was supposed to do to make the shit right,
Yeah.
and it still ain't work out. You see what I'm saying? But that's just how that's the roll of the dice. That's why they call this shit gambling. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So sometimes
True.
that's what the fuck you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna lose sometimes. You're gonna win sometimes, and that's in dating also.
Yeah.
That's just life. That's how I see
Yeah.
it though.
True that
Yo,
though. You on
Kayla.
point.
Yo, Kayla.
Mm.
Yeah, I know you over there lonely, girl, but I'm hungry. She making something. She whipping something up over there. I'm like, hold on,
Yeah,
man.
right.
Hey, Drip,
Yeah.
we got Rock watching the show right
No.
now.
Hey,
What up,
hey,
Rock?
Rock
Vegas.
510. Rock Bottom in the building. Yes,
Hi,
sir.
Rock.
What's good with it, homie?
Rock Bottom.
He
All right, I'm
on
getting
IG.
off,
He on
y'all.
IG. We all are.
Have a good
Live and
night.
direct. We
Thank
live and
you.
direct, baby.
Hey, y'all, I want to thank y'all for coming on tonight episode, man. It was fun. And nigga tired
Definitely.
right now. But yeah, we got to
Thank
do it
you.
again. We'll pick another date this week, y'all, and let's tune in on another subject.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
All
for
right.
sure.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Tap
Salute.
in, tap in.
Salute.